All right. Yeah. Oh, my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my goodness gracious me. It's Thursday. Oh, 2 days left of the week, today and tomorrow. The weekend is coming up fast, fast, fast. Yes, and we are here at last. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. That's right. It's a live show. Don't you know when we're here? They have morning fun in the morning sun, because that's what we do. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show on this beautiful, wonderful, fantastic, amazing Thursday morning. How wonderful to see so many beautiful, wonderful, fantastic, amazing people here, as always. And once again, this is my lucky week. I am so happy to be joined once again by my beautiful, amazing, wonderful, fantastic co-host, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the beautiful Ray. Give it up for Ray. All right, welcome to the show.
Hey.
Always wonderful to have you here. Oh my goodness gracious me. So how you holding up this morning?
Yeah, it's early, but you know, here.
Yeah. It's weird because I remember we've talked about this a little bit, but like when I moved, like because I moved and then you moved and then you moved back. So between the two of us, we got our time zones all mixed up.
Yeah.
Because we both fell in habits based on, well, show starts at this time here and that time there. And it's like, well, wait a minute, now it's different, but then it wasn't, and now it's
Yeah, I'm getting back into the groove though. It starts at 4 a.m. no matter where I am. I mean, not really when I was back there, no, but
right
here it's 4. It doesn't matter where you are. For me, it's still 4 o'clock.
Right, exactly.
So.
Oh my goodness. But yeah. Oh, dear. It's good to be here, guys. As always, yesterday, as you know, my angel passed away, and well, I'll tell you what. Let's start with that because that was, or should I start with the greetings and then get into that? I'll start with the greetings.
Yeah.
All right. Greg Jonick was first. Welcome to the show, Greg. Great to see you. Here's your happy dance. All right. Thank you. Yeah. Look at this. We got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gifted memberships from Highway Star. Thank you so much, Highway Star. Here's your happy dance. All right. Thank you. Yes, so much. $2 from Donna Ray. Good morning, Hess. Good morning to you, Donna. Here's your happy dance. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the support. That's beautiful.
Okay, sorry.
What's that, hon?
I said sorry. Go ahead. It's fine. Go ahead.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. How many times do I tell you we got the best fans in the world? My tiny Chihuahua life. What's up? Always great to see you here. Cliff Hickson. Good eye, Greg. Good eye to you. Even though I'm not Greg. Good eye, mate. I got Joey here. I was telling Ray before we went on the air. I got like, you know, I don't know if it's carpal tunnel, but when you use the mouse too much and your wrist starts to hurt, that happened to me the other day, and it's just been getting worse. I think I slept on it wrong this morning. I woke up, it's killing me. So I'm using him as a like I have my hand on my mouse. I have him under my hand. My own homemade ergonomic keyboard made out of a Joey. All right. So thank you, Griffey, for my new mouse pad. Jason D, what's up? You're a cheat, Greg. Oh no. David E. Persons is here. How did all these people get on my phone? I don't know, man. They fit so many people on that tiny little screen these days. It's crazy. I remember when the phones first came out, and I was watching stuff on the tiny little screen, and I was thinking, how could you watch like a TV show or a movie on that tiny little screen? And now we've all become so accustomed to it that it's just like, yeah, that's just what you do. Greg Jonick, Cliff Hickson. Terry Barnes, good morning. God bless you all. God bless you, my friend. Welcome to the show. Great to see you as always. Let's see. Tiny Highway Star. Yeah. Greg Jonick, Cliff Hickson. Who else is here this morning? Oh, of course, my Ray of Sunshine. Yes, Ray is here. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you. Let's see. Donna Ray. Yeah. Cliff Hickson, Highway Star, Greg Jonick. Were you going to say something?
No, I like when you just did the Ray. Yeah.
Yeah. My Ray, yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. P. Barnes is here. All right. I'm here, Highway Star. Check your email, brother. Oh, I'm sure he did. Oh, I know. It's all good. We got you. Let's see. Donna Ray, P. Barnes, Tiny, Cliff, Greg Jonick. Did I what the my screen just jumped on me. Hold on. Now I gotta scroll back and find out who I missed. Let's see.
Doesn't that suck?
Yeah, I hate it when that happens. Let's see. Okay, so all right, there's Griffey. Oh, Carl's Order of the Squirrels. Let's see. Cripes, how long does it take Hez to draw that thing? Good morning, Vietnam. Today's a wonderful stream from the Hez and Ray Studios, where the laughter at Frauditors is allowed. But watch your words, because Jason Gutterman will sue if you say his name. Who? Jason Gutterman?
Jason Gutterman will sue? Never. Batman? Never.
That's awesome. Let's see. Tiny Mr. Thomas is here. What's up? Good morning, Hez and Ray. Happy Thursday. Hez and Ray, and happy Thursday. Yay, it rhymes.
Ooh, hi, Mr. Thomas.
Griffey, Terry, P. Barnes. Let's see. There's the two from Donna Ray, and then the gifted memberships from Highway Star. Oh, yeah. Anastasia Beaverhouse is in the house. Good morning, everyone. I'm so sorry for your loss. Thank you so much. I'm gonna tell the story in a minute. Let's see. Highway Star, Griffey, P. Barnes, Donna Ray. Jaime Palmetto Lopez. What's up, Jaime? Always great to see you. Let's see.
Where's this, Never Fear, Jaime Pimento obeys here, Hez and Ray and all that, the big.
Yeah, his courtroom greetings that he does every morning.
Yeah, where's that? Are you not feeling well, Jaime?
Or maybe I missed it, but yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see it. It's what you said seeing that.
Anesthesia, Greg Jonick, P. Barnes, Stefan, King Stew 2000 is here. All right, good morning, all. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming here this morning, and all of you as well. Jason D, what's up? Great to see you. Back in blue, Mike. Oh, good, the rancher. Gotcha.
Yep.
Talking to P. Barnes. All right. Hez is the best. Thank you so much, Highway Star. Okay, so hello, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the show. And yeah, yesterday I was off because my angel had to get put down. And, obviously.
I thought she got put down.
Well, yeah, she didn't.
I thought.
My mom wasn't going to. She was trying very hard not to. But.
I thought she passed on her own. I'm so sorry.
No.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Well, honestly, here's the thing. To be 100% honest, I'm assuming because she could barely talk about it, so she didn't tell me specifically that. So maybe she didn't have her put down, but she's been talking about it a lot lately.
Mm-hmm.
So when she told me, what happened, and she was in tears and she couldn't really talk, but anyway, the point is, either way, my mom's been talking about getting her put down a lot lately because since I left, right before I left for those, she could barely walk. Like her rear paws, she had no strength in her rear paws at all. So I would help her in and out of the house. Like she would just pull herself up on her front paws because you had to walk up and down a couple stairs to get in and out of the house. So just for her to go potty was a major event. But apparently what happened was after I left, my mom was trying to do it and she couldn't. And every time my mom would try to lift her butt, she'd end up hurting her. So my mom hired this kid to come over and to help her with the dog. And that was going good for a while. But then he's not, he doesn't live with her 24 hours a day. He comes over to help her once in a while. So there were times when she needed to go out on her own. So my mom would go to help her. And because every time my mom goes help her, she helps her, she bit my mom. And this was just a couple days ago. And my mom was like, "Oh, no, it's fine. It's my angel. I understand. I hurt her. It's not her fault. She's an animal, blah, blah, blah. And that's all good."
Right.
But it started becoming her trying to weigh, like, not like, "Oh, I'm going to put her down because she bit me," as much as like, okay, what kind of suffering is she in that she would do that to me after 14 years, like, and what's going on in her head, and is she losing it that way too, and starting to poo and pee all over the house, all the things that happen when a dog is going downhill fast.
Right. What kind of pain is she in? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's one of those kind of things where obviously it's like, well, I mean, with anyone, it's true, whether it's a pet or a person or whatever, when they're old and they're dying, it's like part of you is like, well, that's it's natural for someone that age to die. At least it's not like someone dying young, like when she was a pup or whatever. But at the same time, it's still heartbreaking, especially when it's such a sweetheart. I mean, Angel, you guys used to see me with her once in a while on this. She was such a good girl,
I saw her all the time. She was a sweet dog. I mean, she wouldn't hurt a fly, she.
Well, and part of the reason why it felt so bad for me too.
It doesn't lessen. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't lessen your grief at all.
Right. And like I was going to say, one of the reasons why it was so difficult for me, and this is why you saw her all the time, is because the whole time I was down there, she was always. In fact, my mom used to always. Well, she didn't like yell at me, but she would always tease me about it because she was living alone with the dog once my dad died, and because she was my pup, until they moved to Florida and took her with. But then after my dad passed, it was just my mom and the dog. And then I came down there and the dog was right here all the time. No matter where I went, no matter what I did, she was right here. Almost like your story about the cat during the thunderstorm. If I didn't look before I backed up, I might trip over. In fact, there were several times I did because she was black. And if the lights were off at nighttime, I'd trip over. So that happened a lot. But she was always,
she was always right there by you, or she's under your desk, tangling up your cords because she slept under there. Yeah, she loved you. She was right there by you. Yeah, you were like the angel whisperer,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But then when I came up here and then that happens, like, part of me is like, okay, obviously no one's going to fault me for putting my kids above my pet. But it's like, I'm thinking, well, after I left, then she, my mom couldn't handle her anymore. And like, if I was still there, would it have not happened yet? But it was coming
you can't prolong her. She was going to go at some point, even whether you were there or not. You leaving did not have anything to do with her passing. So I don't think you should blame yourself.
Right.
She was old. She was in a lot of pain. It was bound to happen. And you can't prolong those things by thinking, oh, if I stay, she won't go. If I do this, she won't go. I mean, it's the natural order of things, and it's not going to lessen your grief, but I don't want you to blame yourself because you didn't cause it. I mean, of course you know that, right? I mean,
yes, but that is part of the grieving that I went through yesterday.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I do. And please don't blame yourself. Please.
I don't. Thank you. But also, too, one of the things that I was thinking about yesterday as well, and this is a big thing that, obviously anyone who's been in this situation understands. Hey, who's here? What's up? Oh, hold on. There we go.
And Nightman's wife.
Nightman's wife is here. What's up? Great to see you.
We have.
But anyways,
do you want to do the super chat that we missed, or do you want to?
Oh yeah. Show me.
Okay.
$2 News Now Voodoo slap Hez for abuse of Joey. Yeah, that's right. Hez, I get to smack you now. This is gonna be great. Hey, lady, where are you at over there? Yeah, my voice might not sound right, but I'm still gonna get him whether you like it or not.
Take it easy, slapping him.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a head.
Through some stuff right now. There you go.
Yeah, man, come on, give me this needle. What? What are you doing? Ah!
Yeah.
Ah, crap! There goes my coffee.
Sorry, Griffey.
Here's your evidence. All right. Yes.
Hey, person. Morning.
So then the other thing I was going to say, though, is like, there's also, whenever you're in a situation like that, of considering, like, is going out of our way to try and help the dog to live longer really to her benefit, or is it more for us so we won't feel bad?
Right. So you can keep her because you love her so much, you don't want to lose her, or is it really keeping her because you think she wants to live. I mean,
Right.
you got to weigh out how much pain was she in, really
Right.
her legs,
Well, that's why I said, like, the thing with her biting my mom, it wasn't like, oh my God, she bit me. Oh no. It was like, okay, it hurts her that much that she's going to start nipping at people. And she never, ever, ever was
No,
aggressive towards anyone.
she was not. She was a sweetheart. Somebody asked what breed she was. She was a black lab.
Yes.
So beautiful baby. She was a beautiful dog.
Yes.
Do you have any pictures you can put up of her?
Well, right off the one I have right on top is the one where she's wearing my hat.
Yeah, she's a beautiful baby.
There we go.
There she is. Yeah.
Ah, crap, wrong button. There we go.
There's
my
Angel.
Aww. She's so sweet.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. She is. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Well, hey, all dogs go to heaven, right? That's what they say.
Yeah, they do. They have no choice. They're so innocent. They just love people, so
Right.
she'll be there when you get there. And
Yes, indeed. So there's that.
she's
No,
looking
go
at
ahead.
you now, and she's like, hey, I'm happy now. I'm in no more pain, and I'm happy, and I'm playing with all the other dogs and cats up here, and I don't have to wear that duck hat anymore. and I'm glad. I'm happy, and she loves you guys so she don't blame you for anything. So
Yes.
but, we're all very sorry. Sorry for your loss. Sorry for your pain.
Yeah.
And your mom
Thank
too.
you.
If you can pass that along to your mom for all of us.
And the one I'm really worried about is Steve, because that was originally his pup, and then he couldn't have her in his apartment, and so he brought her to my house, and so we ended up raising her. But he would always come to visit her, and he'd fly down to Florida just to hang out with the dog. He wouldn't even come to hang out with my mom. He'd come to hang out with the dog,
I know.
Yeah.
He even has that he would come down, and because he'd be worried, he wouldn't. Might be the last time I see her. Might be the last time I see her. And I just felt so bad.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard when they get old. That's the worst part about owning a pet. Is they leave so quickly.
Yes.
15 years and boom, they're gone. And you're sitting there like, oh,
I love that animal so much. Yeah.
You did. They become part of your family. They are literally a part of your family. And it's unbearable, I think, sometimes it's unbearable for me to think about losing Leo.
Right.
I just don't want to think about it.
Right. Well, that's the thing. A lot of these things are the kind of things you don't want to think about until they happen. And then it's like, oh, crap. Now I have to.
Sometimes you're glad you might go before them because you can't stand it,
Oh, no. I see what you mean, though. But, oh, man, yeah. I don't know. It's rough. But, that's all part of everything. It's just it's the way that the world works. It's the way nature works. And one of the reasons why
times, it does. Nature does sometimes. I don't like it. I just wish. I know we have to, everything in life, whether it's a pet, nature, whatever, trees, animals, birds, flowers, everything has a cycle, and I get it. We do too, but you just wish sometimes that it didn't.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure that, somebody that's getting hit by a hurricane or an earthquake or something like that isn't like, wow, just look at the beauty of nature as it's slamming them against the wall at 500 miles,
And that's a perfect example of grief. It slams you at 90 miles an hour. Even people are like, oh, but you should have known it was coming, but it doesn't dull the sharpness of that grief.
It still hurts. Yeah.
It's so sharp.
Yeah, it is.
And anybody who's experienced it will know exactly that sharpness that you're feeling right now.
Yeah.
And it sucks. I'm sorry.
That's all right. But yes, but thank you guys again. And that's again why I took yesterday off, because I needed time to, run over all of this stuff in my head. And then that all led me to thinking about other stuff, just all like emotional roller coaster. And then I was telling Ray, I woke up this morning in a completely different kind of headspace. And well, I didn't tell her this, but I'll say it now on the air, because this is what I woke up this morning, and like, I'm not even thinking about at the show or what I'm going to do today or what I'm going to talk about or the stuff that's been going on in the YouTube world the last few weeks or few days or whatever it's been. I woke up and I'm hearing the lyrics to Raise Your Children Well by Crosby, Stills, and Nash in my head. And I'm applying the lyrics to that song to the experiences I've been having with my kids since I've been back. And that actually has been really heavy for me. Like, that's the thing. Like, it isn't just like, oh, cool, I'm back with my kids. Happy, happy, joy, joy. No, because 3 of them are teenagers now. And they're doing the things that teenagers do. And I'm sure everyone here has been a teenager. So we know what teenagers do.
Yeah.
So, like, I've been seeing them occasionally. Now I'm seeing them all the time. And I'm seeing this stuff going on. And it's like, I don't think, maybe because I was separated from them for a while, maybe that's why. But really, I don't think I was prepared to be hit by where they are now. Like, I know the teenage years are hard, but like, just how difficult it is having 3 teenagers is really just starting to hit me now that I'm spending more time with them and I'm seeing what's going on in their lives. And it's like, whoa. In some ways it's beautiful, like all the good things, but the things that aren't so good are like everything I was afraid of when I was down there. Like, oh, I'm going to go back up there, and I don't know I don't know. It's, I've been going through a lot.
You weren't eased into it because you weren't here. So it's going to come back and it's going to hit you all at once,
Yeah.
So unfortunately, that's the name of your game. You know what I mean? Because you didn't have the gradual, like, nastiness of a 14 or 15-year-old girl. You know what I mean? Or the sarcastic, I don't want to take a shower smelliness of a 14, 15-year-old boy. You weren't eased into that. You were just pushed into it because you were gone. Yep. So you're going to have to find a way to reconcile that and catch yourself up while dealing with it. And that's very difficult. That's going to be a difficult task,
Yes, exactly. But yes,
like Anastasia said, grief will bring up a lot of this stuff that you're facing and have faced and will face. It's going to bring up, it's going to bubble up a lot of stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if it keeps bubbling up stuff for you.
Actually, I'm glad you said that, because that's exactly.
I didn't. She did.
Well, right, but yes. Well, I'm glad you pointed that out, that she said that. Thank you, Anastasia, because I don't know, it was just a thing that you typed in and then Ray repeated it. But I think I really needed to hear that just now, because seriously, like, that's kind of like where I was going with this. Is like, it's not just like, oh, my dog died. Okay. It's everything that's been going on this last couple of weeks, whatever, since I've been back, and like just building all this other stuff. Because at first, like I said, it was like, cool, I'm back with my kids. It's all sunshine and rainbows, and then you get that first time one of your kids walks in the house and you can tell that they're not, all there. And then it's
there's
like, well, wait a minute.
Brewing.
Yeah, there's something going on. Like, what's going on? And then they don't want to talk to you about it. And it's like, Oh, one of those kinds. They needs change. They need less, but it's way more. Yeah. The needs change. They need less, but it's more. Yes, exactly. Right. Yeah.
And it's harder to figure out. It's harder to figure out because they don't want to communicate and they expect you to know what they want because, God, Dad, you know, and I don't know. It's hard. And you were just pushed into it. And so you're going to have to catch yourself up, and everybody's here for you. A lot of the people in this chat have had teenagers.
Right.
Reach out. Don't try it alone. Don't go it alone because it's impossible. Reach out. There's a boatload of help out here for you.
Excellent. Thank you.
There is.
I appreciate that so much.
You're not alone. Okay. You are not alone. I know it might feel like that right now, but you're not alone.
Yeah. But Anastasia just said, you know, it's, I wasn't thinking about it that way, but yeah, like all the stuff that's been going on since I've been back and all this stuff there. And then this on top of it just makes all these different emotions and all this stuff bubble up. And now, like I said, I woke up this morning and I was just in this headspace where it was just like, oh no, you know, you're there, Hez, just show up. That's the best. Yes, that's the thing. I need to be there for them. And then
you said be present. Be present.
Yeah.
That's what they need, is just for you to be present with them when you're there. Not your head is somewhere else, or you're thinking about other stuff, or you're rushing them through things. Be present with them. That's all they need. They need a father who's present with them and listening to them, no matter if it's weird. Like, you know, the baby likes to have an imagination. Just let him have his imagination. You know what I mean? And talk to him like you believe what he's saying, you know, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a challenge, and you are up for it. You are up for it. You are one person I know that can meet any challenge that you are faced with. All I know is tell you can't do something, and you're like, hold my beer, because you're going to do it. So, but you do have help out here. There's any number of us here that can help you with any situation if you're unsure of yourself. Just reach out. That's all you have to do. Somebody will be there. That. Yeah.
Very much. And it is, and that exactly is why, for those of you, if anyone missed the announcement the other day, the Saturday show isn't going to be a thing anymore, partially because I do see the kids on the weekends, and that was taking away some of my time with them, but also because it was me and Maggie's show with the Frauditor News Network, and she's not, you know, with her health issues, and then me with the kids and everything. It's just the Saturday show has just become a thing we can't do anymore. We won't tell you this, but all of us here love you. Thank you so much, Pete Barnes. I appreciate that. And we love you guys too. And I definitely love all of you.
Wait, there's a party? Wait, who's having a party? I want to go. What party?
There's a party in my tummy.
Good morning, Chef. Emily, it's good to see you.
There's a party in my tummy. So yummy, yummy.
What party are we having? And Parson is singing?
Yes. It's the tummy party. There's a party in my tummy.
You know, I'll never drink prune juice. I can't stand the stuff.
Proud to be part of the prune juice generation.
Yeah, I'll never drink that stuff. It's nasty.
Well, there's a lot of different things we could call ourselves. We could be the Walkman generation, or the rotary phone generation, or
the hairband generation.
Right. But I guess the big one is always the
what?
No, go ahead.
The big one is what?
The latchkey kids.
Latchkey generation, yeah. Did you see Duran Duran is on tour?
What? Those guys are still alive?
Yeah, they have a new album coming out. I think it's a best of, but they're trying to push it really hard. Yes, they're still alive. What's wrong with you?
When she dances. Well, it's like the other day when I was talking, or a couple weeks ago on here, whatever, when I was talking about, I found out Casey and the Sunshine Band's still on tour. Like, really?
What?
Holy crap, Hammer Sauce.
That's, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So
But I
what are
guess,
we
you know, when you're, when that's what you do, you know, DMA is going on vacation soon.
Is he?
Oh,
Did
to
his
prison?
appeal?
Maybe.
Did he lose his appeal? Does anybody know what's going on? What's going on? Oh, the day he goes for his free meals on us. That's the party. Okay.
Oh.
That will be. I'll party. I was happy when Selmo got arrested.
Yeah, that was awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh man. It's all good. You guys are great. Thank you guys for your support and everything all the way down the line. There's just so much. So the last thing I want to say about it, and then we'll move on with the show, because there was this one specific line. Because like I said, the song "Raise Your Children Well" was stuck in my head. Didn't anybody tell Casey and the Sunshine Band to give it up already? Give it up, baby, give it up. That's the way. I like it.
Yes, he's very eloquent. He's very eloquent. He's very well spoken.
Yes. But anyway, so when I said I woke up and the song, the Crosby, Stills and Nash song was stuck in my head, it was the one specific line because, and this is how it all came together in my head. It like made me understand that song on a deeper level, but it also made it hit me harder. And then I couldn't stop thinking about it because over the weekend, my older son started asking me some questions about like, well, what were you like talking about? You guys, they're teenagers now and they're doing all these things, you know, the things teenagers do. And like me talking to them about that and him asking like questions about, well, what were you doing when you were a teenager?
Oh, no.
and,
No.
and it made me remember that line from that song. Don't you ever ask them why? Because if they tell you, you would cry. So just look at them and sigh and know they love you. And the fact that they say that line in the song twice, but they flip it. Like the one time they're saying it to the kids, and then the other time they're saying it to the parents. Like, you know, if the kids are like, Dad, what did you do? And you tell them, he'll be like, what? But the opposite. Well, what are you doing? If you tell them, what? You know, so just know that they love you, you know?
Yeah, don't ask.
That you love them and let them know that you love them no matter what. And so it's like, you know, and then all the emotions and the dog and everything. And I was like, oh man, it's a lot. But it's all good. I'm happy to be here. I'm glad that you guys have all your love and support behind me, 100%. Speaking of which, did you know that I put a new video together last night?
Sort of.
I know she knows. I'm just asking.
Can't tell a lie. I did know, but you guys are going to be amazed at this. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, this is something completely different. I didn't do a crap ton of editing in it because I wanted, well, you'll see in the video, but ladies and gentlemen, we got a $10 donation from Parson 1122. My wife said she was leaving me because of my obsession with the monkeys. I thought she was joking until I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. Here's your happy dance. All right. Yeah.
Thank you, Parson.
I'll tell you what. I found this channel called the Music Enhancement Channel, and a lot of their stuff is really good. But I have spent like hours just watching that channel, specifically their coverage of the monkeys, because what the Music Enhancement Channel does is they take the original recordings, the best versions that exist, and they put them on their computer and they remix them the way they like to mix. And for some reason, something about the way that they mix anything by the Monkees is amazing. And again, they don't like change anything, but like maybe they'll bring up like the drums a little bit louder here, or they'll move something that's just in the one speaker to both a little bit. Like it's just the production of it is brilliant. Not a trace
Well,
of doubt in my mind.
she
I'm
said
in love.
this.
Ooh, I'm a believer. I couldn't leave her if I tried.
Said that.
Not a trace of doubt in my mind. Yep. Oh man, I love the Monkees so much. But yeah, the music enhancement channel. And again, it's just like whatever. I'm probably just a dude who remixes the songs on his own for fun. But when I listen to the Monkees now, I downloaded his versions of all their songs, and those are the ones I listen to. Because his mixes are because a lot of bands, and the Monkees was one of them, especially at that time in the 60s when stereo still wasn't super popular, they would just take the mono mix and literally just split it in half and put half in this speaker and half in this speaker without putting any thought into the actual stereo mix.
Have a link because
yeah. Let me pull them up real quick.
Just drop that again stuff on us without a link.
Well, I hadn't honestly thought about it much because all they deal with is copyrighted music. So
Davey, of course, everybody did.
Davy Jones.
He was the only one that was half worth looking at. The other ones, I don't know where they found them, but
well, in the movie,
Tallman, yeah.
There's a movie called Head. It was written by Jack Nicholson, and it stars the Monkees.
Oh, okay. I'm like, where are you going with this, Hez? Because is it like the Monkees, but like the porn version?
No. Frank
like
Zappa's
Saving
in
Ryan's
the movie.
Privates?
No. But the opening scene of the movie, they're running from the fans, and then Mickey jumps in the water and swims with the dolphins, and then it cuts to, and then they do a song, and it's like this amazing song, and then it goes to. I played this clip on the show a long time ago.
Thank you, person.
But then it cuts to they're in the Monkees' house, and there's this girl there, and there's no dialogue or anything at this point in the movie, but the girl's there, and the Monkees are there, and she goes up to Mike and gives him a kiss. And then she goes up to Mickey and gives him a kiss. And then she goes up to Peter and gives him a kiss. And then she goes up to Davy and gives him a kiss, and the windows fly open and doves are flying, and it's so yeah, I think everyone knew even back then that Davy was the one, the heartthrob, Anyway.
Oh gosh.
Where is it? Here it is. The music enhancement.
He already dropped it. Parson already dropped it. So.
Oh, all right. Yeah, they got tons of stuff. But what I've noticed with them specifically is that the higher quality the original recording was, not the mix, because that's what they do is they remix them and do a better mix. But if the source material was a low quality recording to begin with, there's only so much you can do,
Mm-hmm.
Because they had the full power basically of the television network that they were on behind them. The Monkees always had extremely high quality recording. Mm-hmm. So I think that's one of the reasons why when the music enhancement channel enhances the Monkees, it's so good.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I want to say a quick good morning to Victor Childress and Harvey Brown. And I'm not sure if we said good morning to Methodist Dave or not, but he's here. And I don't know if we got him in the first round or not. But just to be safe, good morning, Methodist Dave.
Yes, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the show. And now,
and like Robert Custos. Good morning.
Oh, Robert Custos. Yeah. Cool Clearwater. Yeah.
Cool Clearwater with Donna Rogers.
Yes. Man, so many beautiful, wonderful, fantastic, amazing people here.
Coming in right now. Okay. Perfect timing. Perfect.
Yes. Because we're right about to get into the new Hezokuai video. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I was just looking around the internet last night, and I stumbled across this clip. And immediately I'm like, all right, I got to talk about this. I've got to make a video on this. So I threw this together and put it out there. I haven't published it yet. You guys get the premiere today. And then after this, as soon as it's done playing, I'll officially publish it. And then, people can watch it. But here we go. For you guys, the exclusive. Yes. This is a new video called, well, I'm not even going to tell you the name of it, but just watch. Or, well, the name's on the screen now, so it don't matter. Alan Newcastle sits alone watching YouTube videos on his computer when suddenly he hears an all too familiar cry for help. There is no expectation of privacy in public. There's no need to fear. Hezokuai is here. Hello, guys. Welcome back to the channel over by there. And oh my goodness, have I got a banger for you today. I just found this. This is old. He's talking about a case from 1975. I don't know when this was originally broadcast. It's old. I have no idea, but I've never seen this before. I had no idea this was even a thing. So I'm just going to let this clip play out that I found. And afterwards, I'll talk about, I found the actual court case that he's talking about. So after the clip, we'll go over the court documents and see what actually happened. This is some wild and crazy sovereign citizen stuff, man. So buckle in, get your barf bags out, and get ready to go.
Welcome. On second thought, I'm William Wagner, your host. We got a great show for you tonight. With me today here in the studio is Charlie Sprinkle. Charlie, welcome to the show.
Glad to be here.
Charlie, do you have a driver's license?
No, sir, I haven't. I don't drive commercially.
You don't drive commercially, I see. So you don't need a driver's license?
If you're not being paid, there's no need for a driver's license.
So if I was getting paid to haul goods and services, or I was a taxi driver,
you would have to have a driver's license. That's commerce.
That's commerce. But you don't drive in commerce, so you haven't had a driver's license for how many years, Charlie?
37 years.
What happens, Charlie, when the police pull you over and they think you're speeding or you didn't signal?
Well, now they just shake their finger at me or tell me to have a nice day.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
Well, let's see. As a cop, I pull up, I say, may I see your driver's license, please?
I don't have one.
Why don't you have one? You're driving a car.
I don't want one. And I'm not driving, I'm traveling.
I see. Well, what if I just take you to jail?
Fine with me. But we'll be hooked to your hip. We'll be hooked at the hip for the next 5 years in federal court.
In federal court. So you're going to sue me, the police officer, if I take you to jail because you don't have a driver's license?
Yes, sir.
I think the judge will rule in my favor.
I don't think so.
Oh, so that's how it goes.
That's how it goes.
And you had one of those cases, Charlie, didn't you?
I filed suit in 1975 against 16 state officials, including Governor Reagan and all of their wives.
And all of their wives?
Yes, sir. When the officer pulls his red lights on you, he's declaring an emergency. That's a felony when there is no emergency. So he's already violated his job oath of office when he turns his red lights on to stop you. And then in my case, if he interferes with my right to travel, he's violating the Constitution of the United States.
Wow.
He becomes an imposter in the office of, he becomes imposter in his office. And therefore he's taking his wages under false pretenses. And that's fraud.
And you've taken people to court?
Yes, sir.
Did Mrs. Reagan like being served?
Yes, sir. We served her as she was backing out of her driveway in the limousine.
Did she like it when they served her?
She was having a hissy fit. As a matter of fact, the wives didn't like being charged with fraud for something their husbands had done.
So why did you name Mrs. Reagan? I mean, even Reagan didn't pull you over, and he didn't hire the CHP officer.
I wrote Mr. Reagan a letter and requesting him to protect me from the conspiracy to violate my rights.
And did he protect you?
No, he refused in writing.
Oh.
So he violated his oath of office. He became an imposter in the governor's office, and his wife was same as driving a getaway car for a bank robber. She's accessory after the fact.
Wow.
And they tried to get that dismissed in federal court 3 different times, and they failed all 3 times. And then all they could do then was make a deal.
Wow. Well, I got to take my hat off to you, Charlie, because I don't think I've talked to anybody that's ever sued a governor and his wife and won. Did they pay you money, or what? How did that resolve?
But they couldn't get the case dismissed out of the federal court, so they sent a black limousine down to my house. 2 guys got out of the back doors of the car, dressed in very dark suits and sunglasses, and came to my door. Of course, I had a rifle set over the door because I was expecting to be assassinated over this deal.
Yeah.
I was only 35 years old, and I was the only one in California at the time fighting a driver's license. So I expected to be found face down in a ditch someplace. And so I was well armed. Anyway, they came to the door and they said, Mr. Sprinkle, we can assure you that you will have full run of the road if you do not pursue the lawsuit any further. I said, fine, I'll take that under advisement and we'll see what happens. And after another few words, they decided to get in their car and go home, or wherever they came from. So I immediately went out and got into my yellow sports car and went out onto the highway and found me a highway patrolman, and they was doing 65 at the time. It was a speed limit. And I cranked my little yellow car up to about 90 miles an hour, went by them blowing my air horns. And of course they pursued me immediately.
Yeah, I would expect that, Charlie. Yeah.
And I pulled off the side of the road, and I said, what can I do for you? And he says, what are you doing? I said, I was doing about 90. He said, what's your name? You got a driver's license? No. Oh, what's your name? My name's Charlie Sprinkle. Well, Mr. Sprinkle, we just stopped to see if we could be of any assistance to you. I said, well, no, I think I can get along all right by myself. And he said, well, have a nice day. So I left him in a cloud of dust.
Oh, boy. They didn't say anything about the fact you admitted you were doing 90 in a 65 zone?
No.
They didn't say a word about it.
Yeah, I've been told I'd be left alone if I didn't pursue the suit.
So someone put the word out, and you let the Reagans off the suit, and you're free to go.
So I just did not pursue it. I can reinstitute it tomorrow if I want to.
All right. So this goes on for like another 20 minutes. The next part, the guy starts getting into how all of this has ruined his life and this and that. But then he tries to, I don't know if he's being sarcastic. He like flexes like, man, this made me lose my girlfriend, my second girlfriend, my third girlfriend. Like, I don't know if that was supposed to be sarcastic or supposed to be a flex. Like he had all these women, but then lost them over all this. I don't know. But he just goes on and on and on and on with this nonsense. But I found the actual court case that he's talking about. So let's look at what happened here. So right off the bat, we got Charles R. Sprinkle versus Ronald Reagan et al. The proposed report and recommendation and order were mailed to the parties on October 24th, 1975. The plaintiff's objections were received on November 6th, 1975. Plaintiff couples in opposition to the proposed report and recommendation with a motion to amend complaint to charge treason for a motion for judgment by default. The sum total of the quote opposition unquote does not alter the substance of the complaint. The magistrate therefore recommends that his proposed report and recommendation be considered final and that the action be dismissed. All right, so moving forward a little bit, this report and recommendation is submitted to the Honorable David W. Williams, United States District Judge, pursuant to the provisions of 28 U.S.C. 366B2, B, Section 2, and General Order 104D of the United States District Court for the Central District of California. Okay. On January 3rd, 1975, plaintiff filed this complaint in propria persona, alleging a cause of action based on 42 U.S.C. 1983 and 1985. Boy, where have we heard that before? On March 28th, 1975, motions to dismiss were taken under submission. The plaintiff seeks general and punitive damages from state employees for the violation and deprivation of rights guaranteed by the Constitution of the United States. Another one. Oh, gee, we never heard that before. This is crazy. January 3rd, 1975. I wasn't even 2 years old yet. He alleges that he was arrested while driving and told to get a driver's license and a vehicle license, which he claims are titles of nobility. What? Which he claims are titles of nobility, and to pay for them with Federal Reserve notes, which are not backed by gold or silver coin, in violation of the Constitution of the United States. So not only is he saying that it was a deprivation of rights for them to pull him over, but that it's wrong for them to tell him that he has to pay for a license with Federal Reserve notes. Okay. He further alleges that he was threatened with a deprivation of his liberty and that it all took place under color, custom, and usage of California Vehicle Code. Once in court, defendant Soros, a municipal court judge, refused to allow plaintiff to appear with counsel of his own choice, a non-lawyer. So he did bring counsel, but it wasn't a lawyer, probably just some random soft-sit guru at the time. The plaintiff seeks damages. The complaint is frivolous. The acts complained of were in the course of enforcement of state statutes whose constitutionality has long been established. The claim that the issuance of Federal Reserve notes violates the Constitution of the United States was recently, once again, laid to rest in this circuit. And then they give examples. United States versus Schmitz, number 75-20506, blah, blah, blah. Milan versus United States, and then the numbers, January 29th, 1974. And now in this next part, they go back to the point of him not being allowed to have a lawyer that isn't a lawyer. It is equally clear that restricting counsel to members of an integrated bar is constitutionally permissible. See Gerardo versus Luna, 5th District Court, circa 1970. States versus Stockenheimer, 1974. The magistrate finds that no claim upon which relief may be granted is stated. It does not appear that the complaint can be amended to overcome this deficiency. It's therefore recommended that the plaintiff's motion to dismiss be granted. Yes, it was dismissed because it was frivolous. And so, pursuant to 28 U.S.C. 336b, Section 2, the court has reviewed the records and pleadings and the report and recommendation of the United States magistrate and concur with and adopts its findings and conclusions. Like I said, I just wanted to share this clip because I just found it and I was amazed. Like, I know the sovereign citizen thing's been going on for a while, man, but I had no idea that one of them tried to sue Ronald Reagan because he was the governor of a state that allowed him to get pulled over. Like, what? All right, guys, that's enough of this nonsense. These sovereign citizens make my head spin, man. I'm going to bed. Take it easy. All right. So what did you think of that debacle? Oh, my goodness. Can you guys believe, like, I mean, when I saw that.
That's crazy.
Isn't that nuts?
I was focused on the fact that it was so old. The typing, it was on a typewriter, the years. I'm like, I was 1 year old when this happened. Yeah. I'm like, wow, they've been doing this for this long, 50 years. 49, it was 49 years ago. But in a sense, this has been going on since forever. They've been trying this stuff.
Yeah.
And he tried to sue Ronald Reagan. It's like,
right? And then you see something like this, and then you hear like now, and you wonder like, it's been proven wrong so many times. How can people still buy into this? But then you see something like that, and if you don't do what I did, and you don't go and actually pull up the court documents and find them, do the research, all you got is his story, which is, oh yeah, I sued Ronald Reagan and the government and everybody, and it was great, and they told me that I'm allowed to drive 90 miles an hour in a school zone, and they can't stop me because I'm, like.
So you went and found those documents.
Yes.
They didn't include that in the.
No, not at all.
Just went against the narrative. Okay, I got it. So even then, it was all pick a narrative, stick with it, and let's not get it. Wow, this is blowing my mind because, see, I thought this was like sovereign citizen. I have a right to travel and not get a license unless I'm in commerce and employed.
Right.
Is a recent thing.
Nope.
More recent than that.
Nope. The internet made it more known, a lot more widespread, but the idea has been around for a while.
Holy shit, Nikes. So you went and found the court document. Okay. How was it hard to find? Or was it just sit up there like, here it is? When
I went on Google and I typed Charles Sprinkle, it was the first thing that popped up.
Kidding me. Okay.
No,
How did
there
you
were a lot
come
of different.
across this? How did you come across this thing?
I was
interview.
I was mining for content and just watching random stuff and whatever, and I'm like, whatever. And then I found like a clip that was titled something about sovereign citizen. It was a pro sovereign citizen website saying, here's proof that you don't need a license to drive or something like
proof? That. He lost that. They told him it was frivolous. The word frivolous is in
wouldn't
there.
know that if I didn't pull up the documents. It's not in the clip that they showed.
No, but it's right there on Google though. It's
right, but you think they did research?
No. Okay, but he seemed to think he was a targeted citizen as well.
Right, all of it.
Why would they care enough about him? He's a gnat. Like he would have. It's Ronald Reagan. Even if he had like some kind of valid something in there, he would have lost and they would have squashed him like a bug. All their attorneys. Come on.
Yeah. But what was he saying? That not only did that not happen, but that if he's driving, because that was the example he used, right? He's driving 90 miles an hour, just driving like an insane lunatic, and the cops aren't allowed to do anything about it.
That's what they seem to think. Like, I was watching something, I don't know if it was yesterday or day before, or whatever it was, where the guy was like, you cannot ask me for my license unless I break a law. And, traffic violations are not a crime, or unless I commit a crime. And traffic violations aren't a crime. So therefore, you cannot ask me for my license. Then how does anyone ever get a ticket? How does anyone ever get pulled over for speeding, DUI, or anything if you can't have your license? You can't ask for their license unless they break a law. Traffic violations or commit a crime, and traffic violations aren't a crime.
Here's one of the things about that argument that, again, any one of these arguments we can talk about all day. That's why we're able to do this for 3 hours a day, every day. But the thing about that specific argument that really bothers me, and if you actually try to talk to people who make that argument logically, you can't talk logically to these people. It's like, just wait, just take the two different things and put them together in your tiny little peanut brain, you potato brain douche-canoe. When you tell me that you can't ask me for my driver's license just for breaking vehicle code, what's the freaking purpose of a driver's license? Why do you need it?
It shows that you know how to drive, first of all, that you've taken every requirement and that you've been tested and that you know how to drive. Okay, first of all. And it shows that you are you. That's your ID. that you've gone to the state, you've proven everything, given a birth certificate, your social, all that stuff to them. So they return to you an ID that says, hey, we believe with all these documents that she or he is who they say they are. Here's an ID or a driver's license.
Right.
It's twofold. So,
but that's my point is when a cop pulls you over, well, I don't have to show you my license just because you pulled me over. It's like, why do you even have one?
yeah.
Like that argument would be
to
like,
buy booze and cigarettes and stuff. That's why. It's not for driving purposes, to buy things that they need. Cash checks, go to the bank, things like that. It's not a Fourth Amendment violation there. Only when you're driving is it a Fourth Amendment violation. Or when the cops ask you. That's the only time. Every other place, it's fine. Don't you know
but
that?
then also, like when you get older, like me, I don't get carded for alcohol or cigarettes or any of that stuff anymore. So it's like, again, why would I ever even have it if I don't have to show it to the cops? But when they say, well, I don't have to show you out my ID unless I commit a crime. So wait a minute. What you're telling me is that the only time a police officer could ask me for my ID is if I'm like stabbing somebody in the neck and they walk up to me and say, hey, buddy, I don't want to interrupt you from stabbing that person in the neck, but when you're done, will you hand me your driver's license, please, so I can see who you are? Yeah, sure, pal. Because it's not their job to protect people either, so they can't stop me from doing the stabbing. And they'll say, I already know, they'll say, oh, well, you're using the violence and murder as extreme. Obviously, that's not realistic. Oh, it's not? And then you see these court cases, the most recent one I covered, where this guy was in court arguing that there was no victim. And they're like, you're in trial for embezzlement. You stole $500,000 or whatever it was. I think it was $70,000. So the victim is the person you stole the $70,000 from. No, that doesn't count as a victim because technically it was a corporation I stole the money from. Oh, so there is no victim just because they say there's no victim. And of course, the most extreme example is Darrell Brooks. Oh, there's no victim. The people I murdered, they don't count as victims because they're dead. They can't testify. And the reason why I use those examples is because it shows how people who actually believe in this nonsense, when you think it through to its logical conclusion, it doesn't make sense. And those are examples of proof that it doesn't make sense. Because if you believe that, then you go to court and say, yeah, so I killed a bunch of people. That means they can't testify because I know that there has to be a victim to testify against you in open court, or you guys have to let me go. No. Hey, Moors, you don't just walk into somebody's house when they're not home and declare it yours by putting a Moorish flag in the window.
No, that's not the way it works. Sorry. If that was the case, then everybody be willy-nilly out here just taking over people's houses. You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
It just doesn't go like that. It'd be the Wild West out here.
Oh, yeah.
Estate,
Yeah, it would be nuts.
I cannot get past this Fourth Amendment thing with them. It's not, the Fourth Amendment isn't about showing your ID. So where do they get this? It's against unreasonable search and seizure. They're not searching anything and they're not seizing anything. So what the
right.
Yeah. So anyway, back to your video. So you found this court document, and I like it because they came out and write that this is frivolous. Like, this is basically, they were saying this is bullshit. You know what I mean? There when they threw it out right. These days, though, it seems like they just don't do that. Like with Chewy, he gets to go on and on with his lawsuits, even though the judge is like, this is frivolous, it's going to get thrown out. Why don't they just do that right away? Why don't they do what they did there and say, this is frivolous bullshit, out it goes? Right. It seems like they were less politically correct back then, and they were just like, whatever, get this out of my court,
Right. Well, that's one of the things, and this was a big argument during the Darrell Brooks trial. I thought Judge Duro was amazing. She was brilliant. But a lot of people were complaining, like, why are they letting her go off on this? And a lot of times with some of these cop videos, why do they let these guys sit on the corner for 45 minutes going over this nonsense? And especially when it's in open court, they know that in a lot of these cases, and most of them, in fact, no matter what they decide, there's going to be an appeal. So they like to make sure that nobody in the appellate court can say, well, the judge never gave him a chance to speak. The judge just shut him down right away. No, they can say, hey, look, here's 75, here's a freaking phone book thick pages of the statement that the defendant made, every word of it. And it's all there.
It's frivolous and it takes up the court's time. And this is, again, a waste. You want to talk about a waste of taxpayer money. That judge is sitting there having to make rulings on these, motions and everything else. There 85, 90, 100 of these motions that he's putting in. The other side has to answer these motions, which means there's money getting put there, that's not us, but somebody's paying for that. And then the judge, she has to rule on these. It's frivolous. I don't get why, because you said appeals, but come on, at some point they have to say, this is it. I've got enough here that this appeal will not go through. I'm done. This is it.
Right.
I'm ending this. This is why I could not be a judge, because I would look at that and be like, get out. No, this is not gonna, no.
Well, that's like I always say, like, I wouldn't be a good cop. I pull somebody over. Especially, knowing what I know, I pull somebody over. I say, yeah, could I get your license, please? Yeah, I wasn't driving, sir. I was traveling. The second I heard that, I'd be like, oh, well, you're going to be traveling to jail, because I know that the only way this argument's going to end is with me busting your window. So let's just skip to that part. Smash. Let's go.
Yeah.
I got an email from Carl. Look at this.
Oh, no. That's beautiful. Carl,
thank you so much.
I know who that came from. It's got to be Carl. Yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous.
It's Angel. I love you. Has no goodbyes, only good memories. Oh, sorry. It's just I just got this. He just sent this to me, so I'm like, oh, that's beautiful.
That's amazing. Thank you, Carl. That's amazing.
Yeah, you know what? I'll give you a happy to answer that one. All right. Thank you so much. I'm going to send that to my mom, too. All right. So anyway, back to this idiot trying to sue Ronald Reagan. And the idea, just in general, on top of all the stupidity, the idea like, I got pulled over, I'm going to sue the governor for allowing those cops to pull me over. Like, what?
The 10th Amendment exists, okay? Probable cause exists. And when you commit a traffic violation, that's the probable cause.
Yeah.
To ask you for your driver's license. You don't have to commit a crime. Yeah, flipping bonehead.
And that goes back to, again, when they... And ultimately, it always leads to the moving the goalpost and the fact, like we always use the example of the signs, right? There's no sign. Okay, put up a sign. Oh, there's no statute attached. Okay, put a statute. Oh, well, it's unconstitutional statute. Like, you can't win no matter what you do. Hello, everyone. I even remembered to hit the like button. All right.
Right. Yeah. But they're not unconstitutional, though. They passed muster with the state legislature because if they were, somebody would have sued.
Right. And won.
It's the same with the courthouses. Going into the courthouses, they say we're allowed to film in here. We're allowed to film in here. Do you think with the hundreds of lawyers that go through there, they would have been tripping over each other to file that lawsuit if it was illegally done?
How
if you could film in there, they would be tripping over themselves to file that lawsuit. We're past the cupcake dance by 1 minute.
Oh, it's time for the cupcake. Happy dance. Here we go. right. Okay. Oh crap. There we go. Ole. Yeah, all right. Yes. All right.
But yeah, anyway, I'm just going off on a tangent because
Well, no, it is. It's
love you, Cupcake, if you're listening.
yes. But the point I was going to make specifically is it's the same mentality between that and when they argue, because and I've made this connection, like you need reasonable, articulable suspicion. So they explain what their suspicion is, right?
Mhm.
Reasonable, right? It always comes down to that word. They always unreasonable search and seizure, reasonable suspicion, blah, blah, blah. But where do they move the goalpost? If that actually does happen and the cop actually does have it, it'll become, is suspicion a felony or a misdemeanor? Is you being suspicious of me a crime? It's like, whoa, no. We need suspicion to contact you. Well, just because I'm suspicious, there's no law that says you can't be suspicious looking. Oh, but the argument was that I need, now that I have it, you're gonna, you can't win no matter what you say or do. You're wrong. Unless you're saying, dude, I love your channel and I'm subscribed. That's the only right thing that anyone could ever possibly say to one of these guys. I love your channel. I'm a subscriber. You guys are great. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What?
I'm just frustrated at these people.
Yeah.
But I honestly, going back to your video, had no idea it was like going on first. But I seriously, maybe you're right, because the internet just brought it to the surface. The internet just made it more, like I said, it's the world's just
much smaller place now.
It's a much smaller place now, but it's also a big place now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Squirrels. It's like, I don't know.
Well, it's easier for people with similar mindsets, and this is, not just with this, but even on a very, very bad level, people with similar mindsets are able to find each other easier because of the internet,
like trolls.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Trolls and troublemakers and criminals, networks of all kinds of different, it's all done online, the dark web and stuff. It's anyway. So, let's see. How about where do we want to go next? Well, since we're on the subject of the Sob City, it's there's this court case that Team Skeptic's been following, and I've shown the other parts of it. So I figured we might as well wrap it up by showing this next part. This is another idiot who gets shut down by the judge. It's always fun to watch the judge, the pudge mudge, and the eating fudge, vanilla fudge, which was one of my dad's favorite bands back in the day. All right. Round of applause for Vanilla Fudge, ladies and gentlemen. Team Skeptic, everybody.
Today, we have the return of a Florida window licker I recently covered and a judge who trolled him.
You're not prepared this morning with your sovereign citizen argument? You need some additional time to prepare?
Yes, sir.
I'll give you some additional time to prepare your sovereign citizen argument. When do you want to come back?
Well, they're both back. And today, we get to see whether he's finally learned his sovereign citizen arguments or whether the judge gets to send him back to his cell for a little more study time. So let's begin.
Judge, I have brought to court with me during the recess the paperwork that was delivered by a private citizen for Mr. Morris. I have removed the binder clip that I had on it. There are no staples, there are no paper clips in the packet. It's simply a packet of prepared documents.
Okay. All right, Mr. Morris, now that you have your paperwork, anything else you want me to consider?
Yes, sir. I'm looking through it now, sir.
Okay.
I ain't seen it in a minute.
Jeez, you would think his time in jail would at least give him enough opportunity to properly announce himself as the secured party creditor, thereby special appearance, not general. But no, he's still a fucking idiot. Now he's about to have literally 3 minutes of silence while he tries to read whatever paperwork was just dropped off to him. Because the get out of jail free key has got to be somewhere in all that bullshit. So I'm just going to skim through that part, so you don't have to go get any facepalm protection.
Mr. Common law trust. It's just speaking about the trust. This was the UCC, just financial statement. It's a UCC statement with my own Alizé Morris and the trust name. The principal name was Octavius Alizé Taekwondo. And then it says, this is the entry of collateral by trustee / secure party credit on behalf of the trust estate. It's Octavius Alizé Taekwondo Trust in the commercial chambers under necessity to secure the rights, title, interest, and value therefore in, and the root or title from inception, as well as all property held in trust, including but not limited to DNA, cDNA, cell lines. There's I don't know what that word is right there.
Mr. Morris, I thought you said that they arrested the wrong person. They had the wrong person in jail. That's why I'm not sure what you're talking about some trust in your DNA and cDNA.
That says retina scans is what that said.
Okay.
Or retina scans.
I swear, Sovtards just keep getting funnier to me. The last time I covered this guy, I said that these types of sovereign citizens are my favorite ones to cover. The ones who know they are right, but just can't tell you why they are right.
Hold
Do we need to check your fingerprints or scan your retina to verify? Is that what you're asking me to do?
on. Can you read this? I can't really read it like that.
Let me see. Maybe I'm not sure what's going on. You told me you were not Zatavius Morris. Then you just started reading something from a sheet of paper that said Zatavius Elise Taquan Morris.
Okay.
So are you or are you not Zatavius Elise Taquan Morris?
No, sir.
All right, Ms. Smith,
My name, this is right here, sir. It's on. You probably can have a good chance reading it. Right here. This right here. Bill of service, tort and violation. I just had a judge look at this. I can't read all this stuff. Not to you. Alexander Moore, secure party, Billy, and principal of you or the agent fail not to. I don't know that word is right there. Oath that should be called to answer before one God and the most supreme.
I can't hear you, Mr. Moore.
All this.
Oh, sir, I want to call you Mr. Morris if that's not your name.
Nope, it's his name. Now, I don't want to spoil anything, but he thinks that you arrested the wrong person because he is the living man and not the all caps corporate fiction on your paperwork.
Let me ask you this, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you saying, I'm looking at a complaint affidavit here, and on December 5th, according to this complaint affidavit, Gulf County Sheriff's Department pulled you over while you were driving and arrested you, and they ran your name, Z. Morris, came back as a convicted felon. And are you telling me that your name is not Zatavius Morris, or you're not the person they arrested on December 5th? What are you telling? Did you give a false name? What are you telling me?
I ain't give no false name, Your Honor.
How did they get that name, Zatavius Elise Morris? Well, you don't answer that question. That probably has to do with. I'm trying to figure out. Maybe Mr. Hill, you can help me. Is he saying that the sheriff's department arrested the wrong person?
Your Honor, as much as I can.
Well, don't disclose any confidential, privileged information.
I'm trying to. I raised issues when I had my pretrial discovery meeting with Mr. Morris pertaining to this case, because that's the only one I've got discovery on.
Yes, sir.
And I've done some independent research into that. Mr. Morris, or this individual, has this information that he's saying that he is not the person.
I'll take a look at whatever you want me to. I'm looking at the complaint affidavit. They said they had your driver's. They said you have your driver's license, and they ran your driver's license with
I don't
that
have a
name.
driver's license, sir.
Well, I guess the state doesn't have to prove you were driving without a license, especially since you just admitted to it on the record. Now, the judge is about to read his paperwork real quick, and that's when he realizes he's dealing with a duster huffer.
It was what it was, restrict somewhere. You read the last page.
Oh, I'm looking at legal notice and demand to all state, federal, and international public officials. This is a contract and admiralty. This is some of that sovereign citizen nonsense. I thought you were saying that they arrested the wrong person. I'm not listening to any of that sovereign citizen nonsense. You told me they arrested the wrong person. If you're talking about admiralty law and that the first page was a trust and that you're the debtor, I'm not listening to any of that nonsense. When are we coming back?
Your discretion, Judge. I can tell you I've got discovery on the first case. I don't have discovery yet on the second case. I'm at your discretion, Judge.
Ms. Smith, when do you want to come back?
Judge, let's do the 6/27, our next available, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll come. And Mr. Morris, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I thought you were telling me they arrested the wrong person. I certainly don't want someone who hasn't. If you're the wrong person that they arrested, I didn't want you sitting in the county jail. But what you gave me was like some of that admiralty law, sovereign citizen. I travel. I don't drive. I don't have jurisdiction over you. I'm not listening to that stuff.
You know, I really appreciate judges like him. The guy says that the wrong person was arrested. He has some paperwork and an argument to make. So let him speak. But once you realize that the arguments are nothing more than sovereign dog water, shut it down immediately. So no more of the day's judicial economy is wasted on living brain donors.
Your Honor,
yes, sir.
You didn't get what I said. That was the agent of the principal. You know what I'm saying?
I think you're talking about a bunch of stuff that people who believe themselves to be sovereign citizens parrot. And I told you I'm not listening to any of that. I'm not sure how you, the principal and the agent of your own, I'm not listening to that. Now, if you are wrongfully arrested, that's what I thought you were saying. I certainly want to listen to that. But if you are talking about trust and being the agent, you're not the principal, and I saw something about admiralty law, I'm not listening to that.
What?
I will see you on the 27th of June. Take care, sir.
All right. So it looks like the 27th of June will be our next meetup. Now, he has his paperwork and about a month and a half to learn how to read. So I'm going to put my confidence at about 0% that he'll be able to self-lawyer his way out of this one. So if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike. But don't forget to leave a comment below and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss any of my content. I'm Team Skeptic, and I'm out.
Round of applause for Team Skeptic, everybody. And over the weekend, when my boys are here, I'm going to show my son that video specifically because he was the first person, my son was the first person I ever heard refer to something bad as dog water.
Dog
And he's
water.
like, this guy's case is dog water. I was like, yes, my boy's going to love that.
That's
Oh,
good. I've never even heard that before. Dog water, like
Yeah.
something bad is dog water. I've not heard that, but it's a good way not to swear.
Right.
You know, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, maybe I'll pick that up. I don't know. I swear too much, but it's just words. Words only have
Right.
the power you give them. So
Right. But yeah, my older son, he says that all the time. Dad, what are you doing? That's dog water. I'm like, what?
that's
Okay.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which son would this be? The older one or the younger one?
Yeah, the older one.
The
Yeah.
older one. Okay.
He's going to be in high school next year. Oh man. The little guy, no, go ahead.
What did you think of that Team Skeptic video?
Well, I thought it was great. I watched it last night, and I love the way that the judge, is he totally knows, right? But the way this guy put it, because this guy is so out of it, he doesn't even know what his argument is. So the way he presented it is like, no, that's not me. But he wasn't presenting it as like, I'm not the all caps. But he was like, no, that's not me. So then the judge is like, well, let's have a hearing for you to give me the evidence that prove that we arrested the wrong dude. If we arrested the wrong dude, we got to send you home, you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, here's the proof that you sent me the wrong dude. You're admiralty jurisdiction. Wait, what? Oh, you're one of those guys.
Mm.
All right, go back to jail. Bye. I'll talk to you on June
Bye.
27th.
Yeah.
Oh, man. $5 from Chris Kelling. I thought I'd never go to my Reagan impersonation again. Well, there you go again. Well,
You know what, Chris? When you first came in, I was wondering if that's what you were doing, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't want to ask and seem stupid. You know?
Well, here's your happy day. Well, here's your happy dance. All right. Yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes. Morning, Rashers. I overslept. Good morning, Cynthia. Great to have you here, as always. You were up late last night. I saw you putting comments on my dog video late at night. No, welcome to the show. Great to have you here. Yes. This is, oh, man. And this guy was so, and one of the reasons I wanted to show that Team Skeptic video specifically also was because, and I've said this so many times, and I think this particular defendant in this particular case is a perfect example of how these grifters are able to try and sell this sovereign citizen idea to people that are naive, you know? I mean, he's literally like, what's your argument, sir? Well, hold on. I got this thing I printed from the internet. What did it say? And he's asking his lawyer, what's that word? I don't even know. Like, he doesn't even know his own argument, you know, but he got sold on this idea that he thought was a get out of jail free card, because that's how they convince these people, you know. And I'm sure he's going to go back to whoever he learned this nonsense from, you know, and he's going to tell them, hey, you know, I went to court and it didn't work. Well, that's just because the system's corrupt and they're trying to screw you, man. But you stick with it and eventually you'll win. You just watch. And it never happens. And yet these idiots stick to it. They still stick to it. That's the craziest part to me. I've said this a million times and I'll say it a million more. All of these guys, whether it's any level of sovereign citizen, really, but all of these guys should be pissed off at the people who sold them on this nonsense. But instead they get pissed off at the government for not falling for it.
Yeah.
Especially if you spent money on the fake license plates and the fake ID and the fake insurance claims and tried to cash in on your fake Social Security number straw man account.
That gets me the most. I laugh the most on that. It's like, what is wrong with you people? Like, where are you going to even cash these checks? It's like, who are you make? Like, do you write to cash? I mean, what do you do? How do you even write the check? Like, what is it? Do you put your social on there? Like, I'm writing $1 billion against this. Who do you, where do you go? How do you do it? Like, tell us the instructions, please.
Well, that's the thing.
Apply the instructions. That's right.
Yes, they sell a packet. And you fill it out and then you mail it to the government. And then 5 months later, the feds are at your door hauling you off to jail. Oh, man.
There's a part 1 to that video, Mr. Thomas?
Yes. Team Skeptic mentioned it at the beginning. He was like, yeah, and then he showed the little clip of how in the last one, the judge was like, oh, well, let's go back to jail and take some more time to study your sovereign citizen arguments. Yeah, and I played that one, I think, I think when you weren't here maybe is when I played it. But yeah, that's why I wanted to play the follow-up.
I've been here, like, this is the 2nd week in a row all week.
Well, I don't remember how long ago it was. Or the communism arguments, they just don't do it right. Yes, Cool Clearwater. I've heard that a lot too. Like every time anyone says that they're pro-communism and someone tries to, I mean, I don't want to get all political because we don't do that here, but I understand your point because I always hear that argument too. It's like, no, communism's good. It's just every other country that has ever tried it did it wrong. Like, yeah. Oh, okay. So you're the one who knows how to do it right.
You're the expert because I read this, I read that, I read this book and that book, and I know the combination to doing it correctly. It's like, right. No, I'm sure you don't.
Right. Well, man, get into all that. But
Audit Terminator, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to the show. Yes. Let's see. Let's throw out a happy dance for all the people that are here.
All right.
Yes. Love you guys. You're the best fans in the world.
What are we watching next?
What happened?
What happened? Nothing happened.
Oh, well, that's good.
What are we watching next?
Oh, the next video. I was looking at a couple of
Terminator one. No, I guess.
Well, no, I thought that was
we dying to talk about.
Well, I mean, you can. I didn't know if you wanted to keep it under wraps until we actually have a video for it, but I thought you wanted to wait until you.
Nobody else is going to have it, so what I'm going to have, or already have, so I can't. I should have sent you the actual police report so you could show it, though.
Oh. That's right. When we do the video on it, we'll go into all that. We got some Tyrant Terminator stuff brewing behind the scenes that we're working on. Ray and I are sort of collaborating, in a sense, on a Tyrant Terminator situation that's going to be a banger when it drops. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I have a real name, not the one that was floating around here. His real name. They actually did not redact the police report this time. I've been trying forever. I go and I FOIA every time I see him have a police interaction somewhere. I immediately go and FOIA everything I can possibly FOIA out of that. But his last name is not the last name that's been floating around YouTube. It's a different last name. So they finally did not redact. They've been redacting everything. They redact his name. They redact everything. Practically all of the narrative is redacted. So I was so frustrated up to this point. I got a clean, unredacted police report. I was like, what is going on here? And no charge, even though it was from Cook County. And they charge, oh my God, do they charge? And then I got a note from the lady saying I will have the body cam within 5 days. So I'm extremely thrilled.
Well, and what I love about stuff like that is that it's like specifically with people like him, because he's all about FOIA. It's like, all right, you're teaching us how to use FOIA, so let's do it.
Oh, I
And then
already
let's see
know.
you get mad at us for, well, I know, but I'm just saying, like, we put it, like, ultimately, when we're done and we get all the footage and everything together and we put a video together about it and we put it out, if he comes around saying, hey, man, you guys are doing this and that, it's like, we just did what you taught us to do. We used FOIA to get public information.
He didn't teach me how to do anything. I've always known how to FOIA.
I know.
And
I know.
despite what he says, okay, he does a lot of these FOIAs in Illinois, and he goes around saying, well, I'm just going to give it to you and you're going to forward it, right? And they always say, okay, we'll do that. But that's not really how it's done in Illinois. Illinois, you are supposed to go to the public body that holds those records. Because normally they will send that crap right back to you and say, nope, we don't handle that, send it to where it goes. And if you're lucky, they'll tell you where it goes. But most of the time you're unlucky and you got to figure it out yourself.
Yep.
So I learned that a long time ago. So now I sit and think and I'm like, where would this go? You know?
Right.
So I got it right. I usually get it right the first time now because I sit and think first.
Send it to the right people in the first place.
Where's it going? Yeah. So,
Oh my goodness.
I hate this guy, man. He's so and that's why in Cook County you can't get the criminal record either. You can't go and find out what happened in court to see if he was telling the truth because Cook County only gives the records to the person they belong to in person.
Right.
So I can't even impersonate the guy. There's no way. Let's just put it that way. I can't impersonate him.
Right.
So yeah.
So
yeah.
I tried. I can't impersonate him, but I tried. Well, no.
No, I mean I
tried to get the forms. And,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't. Yeah, so it's not going to happen there, guys. I'm sorry, I can't figure out if he's telling the truth about what happened in his court case. So.
Right. But we'll cover what we can with the information we have gotten.
It'll be good. It'll be fun, and it'll be
fantastic.
I can't wait. I'm so excited that we finally get to see this, you know.
Right. Yeah, once that body cam footage, that's going to be sweet. Because like you said, in the original video, it cuts off, like, right? And so
it's
like
the camera, he just abruptly cuts off before they detain him. So yeah.
We'll have the actual body cam footage of what happens after that.
Yeah, we'll get to see what happens when he's detained, what kind of little wussy he turns into, or you know, how quickly
if he's still
an ID. Yeah.
Oh man.
I am hands.
And Clayton, what's up? Good to see you.
Did I see that Lucid Dream was in here? Did somebody say that she was in here? Because if so, good morning.
Well, I was just about to segue into a Lucid Dream video. How about that?
Oh, well, that's good. It's good she's in here then.
Yes. We want to see a frauditor get denied entry to an elementary school.
Oh, I thought somebody said good morning to her.
Huh.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, we're playing a Lucid Dream video.
Well, she's going to be here in spirit through the owl.
Yeah.
And this is I think almost this entire video is like the cop and the principal. But well, you'll see. This is another thing too. Because yesterday I was off. I know this video, it's not old, but these days on the internet, if something was put out yesterday, it's old, you know. But I wasn't here, so it's new to me. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back to my corner of the internet, guys. I am the Lucid Dream, and this one is also a subscriber request. However, this guy has been on my radar for a while. I just couldn't remember what his name was. I have seen this video before, and I know it is a little bit older, but it is so vile that I feel like it is worth talking about.
Hey, wait a minute, real quick. Is Vegas VIP still a thing? I thought I didn't even... I didn't even know he was still around.
I guess so.
Huh.
Well, anyway, good morning.
Welcome to the
Vegas
show.
Rick. Welcome.
Yes. Welcome to the show. He's the one that doxed me and told the whole world that my real name was Alan Newcastle.
Get out. He's the one who did that?
That was him, yeah.
Well, then can we call you Alan from now on, finally?
Yes.
Great.
You got me, buddy. Oh, Vegas Vips. I guess welcome back. I don't know.
Well,
hey, you know what? Dental floss, man. All right.
whatever floats his boat. Yeah, maybe some guys need to floss. Who knows?
All right, let's watch
the video. Yeah.
This is not a big channel, thankfully. But the fact that we have people out here doing this is absolutely despicable. So let's go ahead and get into it. We are talking about the Frauditor channel Rights Ruckus Revolution. Now, he's only got about 600 or so subscribers, but the fact is he is auditing schools, elementary schools, high schools, and there has to be some kind of question there. Why are you going into spaces where there are children with a camera? It seems like the First Amendment audit thing is just too convenient of an excuse and really makes me wonder what's going on. You know, first and foremost, before we get to the video, thank you to all of my channel members and subscribers. Again, I would not be here without you. So every day, thank you. Let's go ahead and get into it with this jackass.
Looks like here's the actual school. They got 2 officers here ready for me. Set my Dr. Pepper in my pants.
Okay, first, who cares what's in your pants? I know you've heard that most of your adult life, but just seriously, no one cares what's in your pants. Secondly, did anyone get like Forrest Gump vibes from the accent when he's talking about his Dr. Pepper? Maybe it's just me, but I got very, low 50s IQ
Good
talking
morning,
about his Dr.
Patrick.
Pepper right there. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I am.
Bauer Elementary. This looks more like a country school than Monroe's. We're in the city. Looks like we got the officers already out here. Looks like they might engage with us before we engage with them. How are you? Good, how are you? So he's the supervisor. Good, how are you? Got camera there. This is a public school, right?
First, let's get this out of the way immediately. Schools are non-public forums, period. So when you walk into a school, you do not have constitutionally protected civil liberties that will allow you to wander around with a camera. That is just fact. You do not have those rights in a non-public forum. No matter what he wants to put up on the screen about them violating his Fourth Amendment by making him identify, It doesn't matter. You are in a non-public forum. They have the right to legally make security restrictions for the safety of those children that you are trying to go in there and videotape. You are disgusting, like beyond disgusting. And I don't even want to know what you are doing with the video of the children you were taking.
Right.
It is a public school, but there are laws dictating who can be in and out of the school during school times. So you're free to go into the lobby. You're free to interact with any of the staff that you want to in the lobby. But if they tell you, like, hey, this is a restricted area, yeah, you can't go past that.
I can't go past the restricted area, but for it to be a restricted area, it has to be labeled so, right?
Well, or you have to be informed.
So they can just label it any hallway that they want a restricted area.
Well, I'll tell you, any area of the school except for the lobby there is going to be considered restricted without some sort of prior permission from the school district. So, like, I mean, you're free to go in the lobby, but that's as far as you're going to go.
I'm free to go in the lobby, but that's as far as I'm going to be able to go.
Yeah, you'll find, I mean, all the doors and everything will be locked from there. So, like, anything that isn't locked, you're good, but anything that is locked, you're not going to go out.
Okay. Oh, how do I get in the lobby? How do I get in the lobby? Is there a button I must press? Oh, looks like they've locked their doors. Could you assist me in gaining entry to the lobby because they got the doors locked?
No, the officer is not going to help the walking pile of garbage gain entrance to the facility where he is not wanted. That is not his job. That is a you problem. You are shit out of luck. Go fuck yourself. Now, the biggest problem I have with these guys doing this in schools is those children should be the priority. I don't care what he thinks or feels like his rights are. Those children should always be the priority. And I 100% applaud the officers and the school employees in this instance because they made the children's safety the priority. They made the safety and security of the facility the priority, and they did not give him an inch. And they shouldn't. We should never live in a world where a child's safety takes the back seat to this troglodyte screaming about unreasonable search and seizure because he has to sign a visitor's log. I'm sorry. That should not be a thing. And even him in the tiny little recesses of that moronic brain should understand that those children's safety needs to take priority over his feelings about what his rights are and his misunderstandings about what the Constitution is. Those children should always be priority.
The door's locked. Where's the buzzer at? I didn't see it. I didn't see the buzzer. Huh? I don't think this is it. No, that's not the buzzer. I don't see any buzzer. There should be a buzzer. There should be. I don't know why there's not. I don't see a buzzer on there, man.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm not going to let you in the doors. Like,
Well, I think if it's a public building and it's open to the public, like you're kind of required to give me some assistance.
No, he is absolutely not required to give you assistance to get into that building so you can record children for your own personal use. Sorry.
It's not my building. It's the school district's building.
Yeah, but your job is to.
No, it's not. It's not to let you lock the door. Sorry.
Your job is to render aid, right?
You don't need aid getting in there. You can knock on the door, or you can call any of the people you've called before.
Okay, I'll make a phone call. Is your body camera rolling?
It is.
Those officers here said that there's some sort of buzzer on the door. Probably there's not a buzzer on the door that allows me entry into this building. So we'll see if they allow me entry. Hello, ma'am. You're the principal?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. I spoke to the superintendent. They said I could come into the lobby.
Not right now. We're getting them dismissed at this point.
So you're denying me entry into the lobby after the superintendent said that I was allowed?
No, she is doing her job and keeping the children safe and away from you.
So why aren't you going to let me into the lobby?
Do you have a specific appointment or anything like that in regards to a student that attends here?
I don't think I need one.
This is a school building, so if you would like
But
to
it's
be
a
on
public
property,
building.
it is not a public entity, not a school.
Yes, it is. It is a public
You
entity.
can discuss that with Dr. Blessing.
I did speak to Dr. Blessing, and she said that I could come into the lobby. You might want to go ahead and give her a call. Or would you?
He puts a bunch of text up on the screen about how she's a Karen and disrespectful and all that. But at the end of the day, she's doing her job. She's a principal. She is protecting her students from this creep. Because let's be honest, this is an elementary school. These are little children, and he is desperate to get in there and film. I really think the First Amendment audit thing is just a smokescreen. I really do, because no one is this stupid. We see some really stupid people. No one is this stupid. This is kind of it. This is kind of the top. These are elementary school children, and you are trying to get in there without identifying, without having a child that goes to this school with a camera. There is something wrong with you.
Or would you like me to do so?
That would be fine if you'd like to reach out and make an appointment to come in.
She said that I could come in. So am I allowed in? Can I follow you in there?
No.
Why not? You're going in. Am I not allowed to come in with you?
Right? Yeah, I think that these gentlemen are school resource officers who address that.
They told me I needed to buzz in. Can I get names and badge numbers?
Yeah, I'm Sergeant Kiefer. It's 248. This is
Cops, COPSUY 239.
So she said this is not a public entity. Could you educate her?
I could not.
This is a public entity, though.
Anything about how school districts are funded? I'm sorry, man. I don't know anything about.
So if I educate you, could you educate her?
They've locked the door.
Well, this is a school. I figured this is the perfect place to give some education.
You can educate me, but that doesn't mean you're going to get inside the building, my friend.
Okay, so the way this works is it's owned by the Ohio Board of Education. It's paid for by taxpayer dollars. I pay for this school to operate, so I'm just as entitled to be in there as anybody else. You guys.
No, he's not going to do any education because that's not his job. And if anyone needs education, it is you. Again, it does not matter if this is a public building. It is a non-public forum. It does not violate the Fourth Amendment to have you sign into a visitor's log, especially considering you have no legitimate business at this school. And somehow I seriously doubt you're a taxpayer. You have unemployed loser written all over you, and I can't even see you. That's the vibe you send out into the universe. Even through the screen, you transcend the internet to project loser. So no, I don't believe you're a taxpayer.
You guys allow members to, what you would say, buzz in or get a visitor's pass and walk around the building. I should be treated no differently.
Don't allow that.
You don't allow they
walk around the building. No.
They don't allow that?
No. No.
So there's no visitors pass or visitors?
There is if you have a purpose to be here, but if your purpose is just to walk around and videotape the school, that's not happening.
It's conducting official business.
Then make an appointment and do it after hours when kids aren't here.
So under Illinois' compiled state statute, during operations of normal business hours, that's the only appropriate time for me to do such activity of what I'm doing.
See, right there, he gives himself away. They told him he could come back after hours when there were no children there and do what he needed to do, or do what he thinks he needs to do. But he's insisting he'd be allowed to do it while there are children there. There's a reason for it. If this was just to prove he could get into the building and do his frauded shit, they're giving him an opportunity to do it, but he doesn't want that. He wants to video the children. That is his purpose. The First Amendment audit stuff is a smokescreen for the fact he is looking to film children.
Of what I'm doing. I could state the statute if you like, but I mean, I'm sure you guys don't care. But there's already higher circuit Supreme Courts that have ruled in favor of what I'm doing. So, I'm not sure if you're aware of like ACLU versus Alvarez or Glick versus Cunniffe, some of the higher Supreme Court cases, but I'm allowed to be doing what I'm doing, and I'm on public property. This is all public property. I don't see anywhere.
Yeah, this guy is a massive idiot. Neither one of the Supreme Court cases have anything to do with filming in a non-public forum, within filming in a school, nothing. Those two cases relate specifically to filming the police in the course of their duty. That's it. They are not relatable to the situation at hand. It does not matter that this is a public entity. This is a non-public forum. That fact is not going to change no matter how much you complain.
I don't see anywhere on that front door where it says private property. Do you guys see anywhere where it's labeled private property? I don't believe so. So I think since I'm the only one with all the answers, I should be allowed entry, right? I think so. I think
You're free to think that.
It seems I'm more knowledgeable. And I've already made it well aware to the school's attention that I have no nefarious or ill intentions, that I'm just here conducting official business. And I'm being told that my business isn't official enough for them, apparently. Mr. Dr. Pepper ain't allowed out here. I'm sure you guys know who I am, though. You guys know who I am? What about you, Miss Principal? Do you know who I am? You have no clue who I am?
So what? Because you have 600 subscribers on YouTube, they're automatically supposed to know every low-life douchebag that wanders around? Somehow I don't think that that's how that works.
What about you? Do you know who I am?
It's like you don't know who I am. Nope.
Oh, I know who you are. You're a public servant. Know exactly who you are. Work for me.
What I am, you don't know who I am.
Who are you?
I'm not answering that. Do I?
Well,
I know how the game's played.
so am I going? I'm allowed. I got it on recording. Are you going to allow me entry?
You can call her back again and address that.
You want me to? I'll call her back.
That's fine. Call her back if you like.
Okay. We can do that for you. So we're sitting out here at the Bauer Elementary School. We're waiting for people to come in and out so that way I can try to gain access with them. They won't even let me in the lobby, though. Sir, if you'd allow me entry into the lobby, I'd greatly appreciate that.
Oh, thanks.
Why not? It's a public school, right?
Do you have business in the school?
Yes, I do. I'm conducting official business.
Nope.
Why nope? Why is it a nope, sir?
Because filming a YouTube video is in no way, shape, or form official business. I really hope this guy gets like the worst incurable case of jock itch ever and just has to suffer through it the rest of his life. That would make me happy.
You don't want to answer my questions? You guys hiding something? Must be hiding something. Is it normally locked?
Yes. This always drives me up the freaking wall. Are you guys hiding something? What are you hiding? Yeah, you know what? They are hiding something. They're hiding all the information that isn't any of your damn business. Like, they always do that. What are you hiding? What are you hiding?
Yeah.
The stuff that you always tell us the onus is on us to keep hidden.
Exactly.
How about that?
Yeah, it's like create privacy if you don't want to be recorded. Creates privacy. What are you hiding? What are you hiding?
Every time. It goes right back to what I always say. No matter what you say or do, you can't win with these guys. That's why we know that they're, and I always say this, to me, that one thing right there is the absolute nail in the coffin proof that these guys have no actual goal, no actual agenda. Because if you do what they tell you need to do, it's still not right. And you do something, nope, that's still, no matter what it is, the only thing that they will accept is, oh, I'm a fan of your channel. I love your work. I'm subscribed. That they'll say, good job, audit pass.
Yeah. Otherwise, everything you do is wrong. If you do what they ask, then it's not right. You put up a sign. There's no sign. You got to put up a sign. You put up a sign. There's no statute or law attached. You got a sign with a statute or law attached. Well, it's unconstitutional because anything you do is unconstitutional.
Yep.
And if you don't want to be recorded, create privacy then. And then you do,
Right.
it's what are you hiding? Or they go above the privacy wall with their cameras, or they,
Yes.
because you can't trespass the eyes. Well, I'm sorry, your eyes don't go above that wall.
Right.
You don't travel your eyeballs up that wall. It doesn't happen like that. So it pisses me off. And there's only one reason that he's fighting to get in that school so badly. This is the other side of frauditing that they don't understand, okay? Is that now these criminals, bad criminals, are using it, taking frauditing and using it as an excuse to get in places to do other things, commit other crimes.
Yes.
They're studying it as a way, oh, look, I can go and get in a school if I just say I'm a First Amendment auditor. And then I can go and film children.
Right.
I'm not really a First Amendment auditor. I could give a crap about that. But this is a great way for me to do this.
Right. That's exactly it. What these guys don't, well, or they do realize and they just don't care because they're getting paid. But these guys don't realize that what they're doing is they're encouraging crime, because criminals will look at these videos and say, oh, hey, I got beef with that lawyer who didn't get me off. I want to go into the courthouse and I want to jack him up or do something to him or blah, blah, blah. But how am I going to get in there? I'm an auditor. I'm an auditor. You can't stop me. You have to let me in. Oh, okay. Sorry, pal. We'll let you in. You can't search me. You can't put me through the metal detector. I'm an auditor. You have to let me in.
Right. So, I mean, but they didn't realize that they would be met with such resistance in a school. That's the thing, is
right.
A school is never, ever going to let you in there to do that. They're just not. You have to be a parent, like a delivery person, and they have a specific area for them to drop things off at, or a person that's coming in to fix something, or you have an appointment.
Right.
Because everybody in that building's been background checked. All right. And they still have an ID. They have to scan in. They don't just get to walk in either. I mean, you have to scan in. You have to go through, probably these days, a metal detector and all that stuff. Otherwise, if you're a parent, you got to go right to that office and sign in, tell them why you're there, show an ID, and then you sit there and wait for your kid. They don't let you roam the building looking for your child.
Right. And with these guys, they want to just roam the building, just roam the building, wobbling their camera around. Like,
nope, it's a private forum. You do not, Yeah, it's a public no, it's a public school.
Yep. And to me, it's so extraordinarily reprehensible, so much of what these guys do, but specifically when it comes to schools and stuff, because how many times have we seen, and this is, just one example, but like banks, jewelry stores, whatever it is, how many times have we seen where they go to these places where it's like, I don't understand, I guess, or maybe I do, because we've had this discussion so many times, and I guess when I apply that logic to it, it makes more sense. But like, their fans actually believe, these guys actually believe, their fans actually believe that when they target a bank or a school or something like that, that they just happen to be filming and they're trying to, just get some footage of some stuff, and they're not purposely going out of their way to target, like when they're choosing where they're going to go film, they're not purposely going out of their way to target a place that they know for a fact everyone's going to freak out when they walk in the door at a school. It appears the superintendent never gave. Yep. Go ahead.
Right. No, that's true. It appears the superintendent never gave permission. Superintendent talk. Listen, I think at one point he plays a recording. I think he recorded himself talking to the principal. He's being disingenuous. I know. Shocker. That he's being disingenuous. She never said he can go in there and record. She said he can go in. He never said anything about recording, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, from when this was originally out.
Right.
So, yeah, she didn't give him permission to go in there and record. She never would have. She's superintendent. She's never going to say, absolutely, go in there and record all the children you want. No.
Right.
She's not going to do that.
And
Never.
Another thing, too, that I've noticed with a lot of these guys, all the way down the line, again, from the worst case scenario, the more sovereign citizens, through the soft sets, all the way down to the frauditors and everything in between, that whole group, they have this thing that they love to do. And again, this is not literally what happens in this scenario, but it's the same type of thing where, like, if you're having a conversation with someone, and again, I always say they use the old school con man fast talking technique and purposely asking questions while you're still trying to formulate an answer to the previous question to discombobulate you and throw you off your game. All of that stuff. It's all old school con man technique, salesman games. It's all crap. But one of the things that they do is, okay, like, stay away from kids. Yes, exactly. But it's okay, like someone's talking to you, you're like, well, yeah, but right? Hey, can I go in there and do this? And then can I do this? And well, yeah, but see, he said yeah. I have it on recording. He said yeah. That means he gave me permission. I can do whatever I want. It's like, forget the sentence that followed the yeah, just used as an interjection, and take that as an absolute yes.
That is not what happened with the superintendent phone call, though.
Well, but I'm just saying that one of the things that they do when it comes to being disingenuous is taking any time anyone just says, well, yeah, but, or anything like, and see, they said yeah. So, it's the same type of idea.
Yeah, I know. They glom onto one word. Yeah, one word that you say to take it as you gave them permission or what. It's not, or do they lie right in front of your face? But see, they know they can because they're subs by their narrative versus watching what's actually happening.
Ding, ding, ding.
They will listen to whatever these people say. Doesn't matter. They will buy whatever the person is saying.
Yep.
That's it. So, and I can't imagine any reason why you would want to go into a school and film. There's no reason
to cause a ruckus.
Yeah. No, that's not what I was thinking, but okay. Yeah, to cause a ruckus. Yeah, to cause a ruckus.
Well, yeah. Well, listen.
To cause a ruckus, because,
I'll tell you this.
I can't prove that he's in there for any other reason than to cause a ruckus.
When my son's in band, he plays the slide trombone. When they have a concert, every parent there is filming their kids playing during the concert.
Sure, but that's
But
because it's a
they're not
concert and it's their children.
exactly. They're not randomly roaming around the school with their cameras on a normal day. It's like they show up for the
No.
concert, they go through the whole rigmarole and everything, then you find your seats, you get all settled, then you pull your camera out.
Right. And
You know?
you're only allowed to film during the concert. You're not allowed to film any other time. And I mean, they aren't, like I said, when you go to school to show up to pick up your kid, there's rules even for you. You can't go roaming around the school looking for your child. You have to stay in the office and you have to ID, sign in. Why are you there? Who's your child? You go through this whole you picked up children from school. You know the process.
I was a substitute teacher. Even
Right.
and I belonged there. I was the teacher and I
But
had
you
trouble getting in
still
sometimes.
yeah, you still had, you're right, exactly. I mean, every door is locked. There's no just waltzing in like in our day. You just waltzed
Right.
in any door you wanted. But now, no, you have to go through the front door. They herd
Yep.
everyone into the front door, and you have to sign in. You have to state why you're there. You have to show ID. There's none of this Fourth Amendment crap that these people like to spout. There's
Right.
none of that. If you want to be there and you want to pick up your kid, you're showing an ID, or your kid's staying put. They're staying in whatever seat they're in that building.
Yep. I would go in there and whatever school it was, no matter what school it was always the same thing. I would have to show up. Well, first I'd have to confirm everything that, I was working that day. Then I'd have to go get buzzed in. Then I'd have to go directly to the office. And because they buzzed me in, they knew they were watching.
Yeah.
And I would have to go directly to the office and they would have to get me my card. It would be a temporary card that only works for, the areas that I was authorized to go in, and then I'd have to wear that on my lanyard prominently displayed.
Yeah, prominently displayed. Yeah.
At all times,
Like if you were a substitute, you went through way more rigmarole than regular teachers did, but we still had to buzz in. We still had to go through whatever searches that they had of bags and things of that, because they were still contraband that we couldn't bring in and stuff like that. I mean,
right.
So that we still had to do it, or we weren't. No, you submitted to it, or you didn't commit.
Right. Exactly.
Wasn't anybody screaming about their Fourth Amendment because that's what you did. I mean, it's frustrating to me. I mean, I think there's a lot of people out there that study this, especially with the ID thing, good editing programs. And they might not be focusing in on it, but if they get close enough, a good editing program can, Takedown proved it. There's a lot of people that have proved it with their editing programs, just the ones they buy to edit videos, can zoom in and get that person's ID. Now, he blurred it out, but he got it where he could see it. So if he could do it, people at home watching these videos can do it. So if he's going in there, he might not want to film children for any bad purpose except to go in and prove he can be in a public building filming. Somebody at home might want to see those children, though.
And this is always such a thing, because they have such a lack of character, right? And it goes even with the call flooding, right? Well, it's not my fault if they called and said something horrible. I'm not the one who made the call. And it's the same kind of thing. It's like, if I film all this stuff and I post it online and some criminal sees it on the internet and uses his computer to zoom in on it, that's not my fault. Yes, it is. You're the douche canoe who didn't blur it out when you posted it.
You initiated it. All right, let's look at this. And then I have a comment to make on this.
Rights Ruckus Revolution actually said, if you don't want your child recorded at school, put them in private school or homeschool them, because he could FOIA those cameras from the school.
Yeah, he could. Doesn't mean they'll give him the footage. They probably would deny him the footage because there's children and stuff on there. He doesn't have any legitimate need for it. So they probably would tell him no. I mean, you can get denied FOIA just because FOIA is a request. That's the thing. It's a request. It's not you have to give me this information.
Yep.
So he can be denied.
Yes.
I've been
FOIA gives
denied
you
before.
FOIA
So
gives you the legal right to
to
request
ask.
information,
Yeah, to
not the
ask
legal
for
right
it.
to receive it.
Right. That's where people think it's a thing is you have the right to ask for it. Doesn't mean you'll get it.
Right. Well, that's like the whole thing, like with the attorney, right? You legally have the right to an attorney, but you don't legally have a right to have a court-appointed attorney. You
Right.
do if you can't afford your own,
Right.
but that's why they always have to go through and see, like, okay, how much money does this guy make? What has he
Yeah.
got? Like, there's a process, and the judge can deny it, or the opposite can happen, because you have the legal right to represent yourself as well. If the judge finds you're incompetent to do it, they can force you to have a lawyer. Like, just because you have the right to ask for something doesn't mean you're going to get it.
Right. I don't think they would go through all of that. I think they would probably just deny it if it was a school. That would be my feeling. I'm not going to go and FOIA one just to find out because I would feel very creepy doing that. But I just think I don't think they would go through the whole hassle of redacting all of that because there's so many children, they would just have to redact the whole thing. And it would just be easier for them to deny it, I think.
I saw a live stream once with
Waste their
DMA.
time.
Yeah. I saw a live stream once with DMA where he was trying to, like, really prove the point that they always make, like, well, the security cameras are the same thing as my cameras because I could FOIA that footage. And that's a whole nother subject to talk about too. But with this specific event, it was, he FOIA'd some footage and showed it to prove his point that anyone could get any footage from a security cam by FOIAing it. And you know what he FOIA'd? His arrest. It's like, well, you're the guy in the footage, so sure, yeah, we'll give it to you.
Right.
You know
They're going to give it to him because he's the person in the. I'm just going to warn you, he doesn't listen very well.
You have the right to a lawyer, period. Bad comparison. Well, okay, I know it's not the same. It's not equivalent. It's live. I'm talking off my cuff. I know that there's more to it than that, but I was just, yeah, you're right.
You have a
that
right
was a
to a
weak
lawyer.
comparison that I made, though, between that and the right,
a right to a
FOIA.
lawyer. You don't have a right to a court-appointed lawyer, though. You don't.
Right.
So that's the end of that. That's you don't. If you can afford your own lawyer, you're going to have to do that. I mean, they're not going to just give you one if you can afford one.
Right. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed to you.
Right.
If. Right.
That's what it says. If you can't afford one. And
but
that's
if
why
you
they
go out and
through
get a
the-
lawyer, because you have the right to a lawyer, they cannot say no if he's a legitimate lawyer and he passed the bar and all that. Then
Right. They can't tell you, I'm sorry, sir, you can't have a lawyer. That's
Right.
against the Constitution. Yeah, it's unconstitutional to say that. They can't do
Right.
that. No, absolutely not. Good morning, Ironton Auditor.
Hey,
So-
Ironton, what's up? But yeah, I see his point that making that comparison to FOIA is kind of a thing. But again, I'm just,
Yeah.
we're live. It's off the top of my head. But
Yeah.
anyway, let's go ahead and finish the video and see this slime ball try to audit a school and get denied. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to go full screen.
Not this door right here.
Hi, do you guys have an opinion?
So am I allowed to come in?
Named a threat at this point.
I'm not allowed. So she slammed the door on me.
And you heard her. You have been deemed a threat. So, yes, she is going to shut the door on you. This guy is an absolute self-obsessed, delusional moron. I mean, this is an example of main character syndrome. It's all about him. They should risk the safety and security of the children and the people of the building for him, for his YouTube video, because that's what's important in this situation is his YouTube video. We're going to speed up through a little bit of it because he wanders around since he can't get into the building. He tries to peep in the windows. Obviously, this guy is looking for kids. Let's just be honest. This guy is looking for kids. Someone needs to check his hard drive.
She said I'm being a threat. I don't know how I'm being a threat. I've been more than nice. Someone has its windows peeked open. Doesn't look like there's no gate or anything. Different angle. They're dispersing. Look at it. Buzz them. Buzz them up. Buzz them good. Buzz them fast. Very strange. Very strange indeed. These doors aren't normally locked, right? No, they might have a shelter in place. So can I go around to the side? You want me to leave? Why? Why am I being told to leave? Why am I being told to leave? She told me I have to leave. I haven't broken any law. I haven't broken any law.
It's an elementary school, you butterbrain douche canoe. Like, that's so strange. They're closing the blinds. That's so weird. Why would they do that? Are these people even from planet Earth? I mean, they're from planet Houston. Who gets that reference? Put it in the chat if you get planet Houston. Oh man, I don't.
Planet Frauditor.
Huh?
Planet Frauditor.
Planet Frauditor, yes.
They've invaded from Planet Frauditor.
I'm serious.
Planet douche canoe.
Right?
Not
Oh
from
man.
you. No, they just think different. They think different, like we were discussing. They just think a whole lot different than we do. And
Right.
I just think it's that's bottom line what it is. Like this, and I do believe a lot of them know what they're doing and do it on purpose because they want to make the money. I always bring it back to that because that is my opinion, is my sole opinion. That
I think you're right.
they want to just make a living on YouTube.
Yep.
And can do it because they lack the empathy, the sympathy, and the compassion. So they're able to treat people like absolute garbage, like you said, like an NPC or whatever it was you said. And I call them, they treat us like shadow people, like we're not there, like we're peripheral to them. And they just pull us out when they need us and put us back when they don't, because we mean absolutely nothing to them.
Yeah.
So they can go out and do it and make money doing it. And the more you lack in feeling, the more you're able to do it. So there's the Long Island Audits and your Jason Guttermans, and those people are so lacking in any feeling at all. That's why they are so good at it. So good that they have the following and they make the money because they cashed in on their lack of feeling, their sociopathy and things like that.
Yes, exactly. And because it seems so naturally intuitive to me that's why it becomes so difficult to understand. Like we've discussed before, they don't think the way we do, but okay, they don't want you filming in a school, so they're closing the blinds. And he's saying that's so weird that they would do that. It seems so naturally intuitive to me that you wouldn't need someone to explain it to you because it's just, well, yeah, duh.
They do though, because they think to them it's natural to, why does it bother you if somebody wants to film through your window? Because to them it doesn't bother them, so they think it's weird, it bothers other people. This is exactly what we were talking about. But
it doesn't bother them because they're the ones doing it.
The laws should change on it though. I thought we already had laws about this stuff, filming through windows and things, but I don't know. Maybe they don't in certain states, but
different jurisdictions, different laws. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool Clear Water was saying to me in an email that that's one law that should change. Filming through windows that are not yours should be illegal. There should be stiffer penalties, stiffer laws, certain, something that would deter them from doing that, from coming up and
Right.
banging against your glass and like, oh, I'm looking at you, because some kind of peeping Tom law or something, because they do it to annoy. A lot of them do it to annoy, and a lot of them do it because they do it
To annoy.
They know it's going to annoy you. They know it's going to bother you.
Yeah.
They know they shouldn't be doing it. And I always thought that there were laws against looking in windows. There used
Like
to
peeping
be.
Tom kind of
Some
thing,
guy
yeah.
was looking in your window while you were changing, and you're like, ah, and you called the police, they would arrest him. So why is it now different?
Because it's a public building. It's not your house.
So what? What's the big difference?
To them that is. And that's the thing. And with the window thing too, specifically, is like it's like they always like, well, if you leave your blinds open, of course we're going to film anything we can see. And it's like, how could you not understand that most of the time it's because they want some sunlight? You talk about wasting tax dollars. How about increasing the electric bill because no one's allowed to have sunlight anymore because a frauditor might be sticking their camera in the window, so you have to have the blinds closed all the time. Might as well not even have windows, just have brick wall everywhere. I saw a new clip on YouTube of peeping got caught by the mom. Mama bear jumped on him and kept him down until the police came. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
It just doesn't seem to me that it should be tolerated anywhere.
Right.
Because it is invasion of privacy, no matter what. Those offices were not meant to be looked in. They're in private areas, even from the outside. Sorry. That's my opinion.
They just wanted some sunlight. Nope, they're not allowed sunlight.
Right. It's just my opinion. Disagree if you want to. Anybody in chat can disagree with me too. It's fine. But those offices, when you go inside, they're not meant for those cameras. So from the outside, they shouldn't be meant for those cameras. It's just a sneaky way for them to get what they want.
Weirdos, man. Weirdos. Anyway, this is almost done. I'm sorry, I gotta keep stopping because when these guys go to schools, man.
Are you serious? So you don't know that? Are you serious? So is your house public or private? Do you know that? Do you know if your house is public or private? Because
he doesn't know the difference. Well, if you don't know the difference, what we'll do is we'll go to your house and we'll film. And then if you ask us to leave, we'll say, no, we can't leave because we're engaged in a First Amendment protected activity. And therefore, you cannot trespass us unless we committed some other crime. We didn't break into your house. We just came in when you opened the door. We just slid in past you. So
and you have a bathroom. You have a bathroom that makes it public.
Yeah, that's true. Whenever there's a bathroom, that makes it public.
Yeah, there's a bathroom.
Oh, and there's a sidewalk leading to your house, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
So I used the public easement.
And there's probably somewhere to park a car, which means, hey, there's guest parking. So
yep, exactly. So yes, you have to commit some other trespass itself cannot be a crime. You have to commit some other crime to be trespassed. So if I'm in your house and I didn't break in, I didn't commit a crime, you cannot ask me to leave because there's no other crime, and trespass itself can't be a crime. If there are books, it's a library. Do you have books in your house? Yeah, it's a public library. I can go in there.
Yeah,
if there are chairs,
there's
that
a
makes it
waiting
public.
area, then yeah, if there are chairs, public.
You call it a living room. I call it a waiting room. Waiting rooms are public. Yep, it's a lobby. You don't have a living room. You have a lobby. You don't have a front room. You have a lobby.
There's a mailbox there for a postal.
It's a post office. That's right.
You guys are cracking me up. Okay, anyway, let's move on. We got other stuff we have to get to. So
yeah.
So the police are on their way again. They said they're calling the police on me, so I figured I'd go ahead and call them. And I'm allowed to do what I'm doing, so I don't know what their intentions of calling the police on me are. But I'll stick around and find out. They got this one closed now. They're not looking out at it anymore. This guy right here, he's quite the dickhead, if I do say so myself. Definitely a dickhead. This seems like a perfect day to be doing what I'm doing. They got parent-teacher conferences going on and shit. That's like the perfect time. Doesn't seem like they're too happy. Not too happy at all. I don't want anybody doing any kind of recording. Looks like they got the police pulling back up on me. Let's see if I go to jail or not. Can I come inside with you? So you guys don't want to go through the front because you don't want me to come through the front door with you. Can I come with you? Can I come with you around the back? Can I come with you around the back? Why? We'll see how they act. They're in the window watching me, but they don't want to see. Like they put things over the windows. So this is their precautionary measure for this. Why are you guys acting like this? Why are you guys acting like this over a peaceful person? Very concerning. Very, very concerning.
Yes, they are so obnoxiously trying to protect the children within the building that you seem bound and determined to get to. I don't think this guy could be a bigger douchebag if he tried. Like, I think he has reached ultimate douche. I'm serious, though. Someone needs to check this guy's hard drive. I would almost put money on what you're going to find on there.
Can I come in? Why not? I'm sorry?
If you step inside this building, you'll be arrested.
For what?
Criminal trespass.
I've never been trespassed.
I'm advising you right now that you're not permitted in this building. Not behind any door that's locked. And if you do, you will be arrested for trespass. Okay?
So,
you understand that?
So,
you understand the words that I just said to you? That if you come in here through a door that's locked, that I'm telling you not to come through.
this door's open right now. This door's.
I'm telling you, you're not to come in here, or you will be arrested. Do you understand?
What was?
Yes or no? Do you understand me?
Do I have to answer that?
You don't have to answer anything.
I don't think I do either.
You have to step to the side so they can get the kids in.
I love how he puts up on the screen, I understand you're a bitch with a badge and a gun with some laughing emojis. Misusing, that's the wrong "you're," by the way. But not only that, you too chicken shit to actually say it to the officer. He puts it up on the screen where the officer is not going to read it. Because the officer doesn't give a shit about him. And is probably never going to see this. But he is too much of a pussy to actually say it to the officer. That's hilarious.
Step to the side so they can get the kids in here.
I can step to the side for you. I wasn't obstructing the entrance, I don't believe. They got kids getting off the bus going into the school. I have no intentions of recording the children, my man. That's not my goal. I made that well aware with the superintendent.
And if that was true, you would have come back after school hours when they told you you could. You slimy piece of garbage.
The only intentions I have are record the publicly accessible areas. So you guys are doing parent-teacher conferences and stuff, but it's not open to the public. You guys are allowing other members of the public, except for me. If you step out, supervisor, you're not going to talk to me?
My friend, we have nothing else to say to each other.
Well, you just threatened arrest.
If you come in here, yes.
But without violating any law.
I'm telling you, if you step in here, you will be arrested.
For trespass.
So you do understand what I said earlier.
You said you were going to arrest me for trespass.
If you step in here.
But
yes.
Trespass is you can only trespass somebody for breaking a law. You can only trespass somebody for breaking a law.
You do understand that if you step in here, you will go to jail, don't you?
You do understand you can't trespass me for not breaking a law.
I'm telling you that if you step in here, you'll be breaking the law.
How so?
By stepping in here when I've told you not to. This is not a public area. You do not have access to this area. I am telling you.
So what about the lobby?
I'm warning you that if you step in here.
So what about the lobby?
Please step back so they can come through here, please. Thank you.
You guys have another school right here, right? About a mile and a half. 2 of them, right? The elementary over here and the high school. So if I walk over there, are you guys going to deny me entry?
So if you're not going to let me film kids at this location, can I go over to the next one and you're going to let me film kids over at that one, right? I can go film my children over there, right? I really need my fix, officer. Can I go do that? This guy is absolutely unreal. Just like every other frauditor, he is 100% incorrect about this. You can be trespassed from public property if you are interfering with the business, if you are causing a disturbance, which he is. This is simple. But he is desperate to get in that school. And I for one, don't believe for a moment it's anything to do with the First Amendment. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe. This dirtbag is going to see a little bit more time on my channel as I dig through his videos. He doesn't post very often, but he has got some more mockery coming. Trust me. All right, to end the video today, we have a little bit of a channel surprise. I have taken the feedback that I have gotten from emails and messages about merch. This is what I have come up with. If you guys are interested, it is live on the channel right now, including our absolutely beautiful, if I do say so myself, limited edition I'm on a Sidewalk Bro coffee mug.
Nice.
I hope you guys have a wonderful day.
I'm on a
I will
sidewalk,
catch
bro.
you on the next one.
Oh, that's awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for the lucid dream. All right.
Woohoo!
All right. So, what are we thinking about this last segment here? Because we're almost at the 3-hour mark.
His video is not that long. It's like 14 minutes. So yeah, this is. Do you want me to talk about it or?
Well, yeah. Well, this is the thing because before we show this, I want to preface that Blackheart Knight has been a huge supporter of the channel. He's been on the Saturday show more than anybody. Well, I think he's tied with Frauditor Comedy Show. Well, I guess now that the Saturday show's over, I guess it's officially a tie in the end between Frauditor Comedy Show and Blackheart Knight. So we love Blackheart Knight and we support him. And recently, there's been some stuff going on where some other creators have been making videos about other creators regarding certain things.
One creator.
Yeah.
One channel is doing it. Yes.
Yes. And at the moment, I'm trying to, just stay in my lane and not rock any boats on either side. But so I just want to preface this that I'm not going after anybody or come. This is Blackheart is a good friend of the channel, has been forever, and asked us to show this. So we're showing this out of our love for Blackheart. This is his answer to Past Unremembered's video about Blackheart Night. Or wait, no, this is before they made their video on Blackheart Night, isn't it?
Just call it his answer to them. Period.
Okay. Yeah. See, now that's already. See, that's what I'm saying. I want to stay in my lane and not get too deep into all this other stuff with other creators that's going on. But
his answer to him, he said, this is the only time it'll be played. He's not going to put it on his channel. This is it. This is the only time you'll see it. So this is his answer to them. And that's it. Okay. So that's all that needs to be said.
Oh, wait a minute, real quick. I just wanted to say, I just noticed, because I just went to the chat for a second and I saw this guy who said he doesn't understand the difference between private and public.
I don't think him. He's a troll.
I think,
why are we giving him any airtime? He's a troll.
Well, because I noticed it looks like he thinks that the slavery is still legal. Public servants aren't your slaves. That's the problem. You have to understand
that was abolished. Slavery was abolished. If you check the Constitution that you guys admire so much, beyond the First Amendment, you would know that slavery was abolished.
Right. So public servants are your slaves.
Instead of just the First Amendment, and actually understand the whole document instead of just the First Amendment, because you guys don't even understand that one all the way.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, yes, this is Blackheart Knight's answer to Past Unremembered. So here we go.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. Now, this is a video that I really didn't want to do, but yeah, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So let's go ahead and watch the latest video from Past Unremembered and, well, respond to what they have to say about the entire anti-auditor genre. So let's go ahead and sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Past Unremembered. During our recent meeting to plan upcoming videos, we discussed an interesting question. As a channel that focuses on exposing wrongful practices of First Amendment auditors, we have always asked auditors what they have achieved. However, we realize that we have not posed the same question to anti-audit channels.
And there's a good reason why a lot of the anti-auditor channels don't brag about why they do that or what they do or anything like that, which I shall get into here in the next few minutes.
Therefore, we would like to ask you, what have your channels achieved so far? Yes, we are calling you out now. We have observed that some anti-audit channels have not blurred the faces of the victims who never consented to appear on YouTube and have even profited from such content. Moreover, these channels rarely inform the establishments and individuals featured in their videos on how they can request the removal of their videos from the platform. We are curious about the reasons behind such practices and why those who support such channels do not inquire about these issues. We urge our supporters to demand the same level of accountability from other channels. We also request that our viewers get involved, if they haven't already. To do so, you can select one auditor and contact their victims, but before doing so, we recommend that you familiarize yourself with YouTube policies or learn how to file a privacy strike against a channel. If we genuinely want to stop the unethical practices of First Amendment auditing, we must unite as one force for good. It's time to demand better from ourselves and avoid victimizing people. Although we are a small channel, we managed to take down one of the largest auditing channels, frickin' media. Just imagine what we could accomplish by making a few adjustments as a whole. Oh, and if you are an anti-audit channel, if the shoe fits, wear it.
Well, first of all, let me address the issue of blurring out any faces within the videos themselves.
Have observed that some anti-audit channels have not blurred the faces of the victims who never consented to appear on YouTube and have even profited from such content.
Well, first of all, let me address the issue of blurring out any faces within the videos themselves. Now, if you asked every single one of these anti-auditor channels the same question as to why they don't blur out the faces, you might get different results, different answers, and everything like that. For instance, one channel may say, well, you guys see the emotions on the face in order for it to have a more impactful response to your audience. That way, they can aid in the actions that will be taken against the Frauditor channel. And that can be a powerful tool in itself to garner a response from anybody. Just being able to see the faces and how traumatized they are. I mean, you won't see any traumatized faces with them being blurred. Or here's a response right here that you may hear from some people in my position. Blurring out every individual face is a time-consuming process and will add a considerable amount of time in the editing process. Because faces are constantly moving, so you gotta move the obscure tool every time the face moves and everything like that. Now that's just two explanations off the top of my head as to why anti-auditors don't blur out every single face on the videos that they edit. One being an aspect of emotion and the other one being an aspect of practicality of the process. And when you're someone like me who works for a living and edits videos after work, time is a luxury that you have very little of. I might have 3 hours a night to edit any videos, so time is most certainly my enemy in many occasions, and I'm sure is the enemy of every single anti-auditor out there, and even some of the auditors too, because they have time constraints they've got to deal with too. That's just one thing to take into consideration when making videos.
Moreover, these channels rarely inform the establishments and individuals featured in their videos on how they can request the removal of their videos from the platform. We are curious about the reasons behind such practices.
Curious as to where you get this idea from that everybody does this kind of action where they don't inform the establishments of what's going on or anything like that. I mean, I know you're new to the anti-auditor community, but I've seen a few videos from other channels that do explain the process. I've seen Dr. Dave on occasion put up a video that will explain how to report a video, or even encourage people to call a business and let them know how to take care of these frauditors. I've seen Frauditor Troll put up a few videos like that. I've seen a few of the other anti-auditor channels do the exact same thing. I've done it a couple times myself. I mean, hell, even something as simple as putting down the video link of the description of the original video can be a very helpful tool, because that, well, can encourage a little bit of change if you know how to do it. So my opinion on this is you are taking a look at only the tip of the iceberg, and you're not exactly seeing the entirety of the iceberg below the surface. I mean, you could be going that general direction at this point.
If we genuinely want to stop the unethical practices of First Amendment auditing, we must unite as one force for good. It's time to demand better from ourselves and avoid victimizing people.
So what you're trying to say is that we are somehow contributing to the victimization of these people that are within the sights of these First Amendment auditors, huh? Yeah, I don't see how that would work. I mean, in my particular case, I try to expose these frauditors for what they truly are. Mainly that they are a conglomeration of degenerate, low information, low education morons who, cherry pick facts, cherry pick laws to suit their own needs, and will lie, cheat, and steal to get ahead of everybody else. Which is why the majority of them have criminal records and are nothing but a bunch of bullies and self-entitled, self-persecuting jackasses. I could go on and on with all the adjectives, but I'd be here all day long. And as far as what I do behind the scenes, I don't advertise everything that I do. You want to know why I don't do that? It's because it's going to paint a big target on your back, which I will explain in the next segment that you're about to get to here in a moment.
Although we are a small channel, we managed to take down one of the largest auditing channels, Frickin' Media.
Now, here are my final thoughts on this little tidbit right here. If it was you that took down freaking media, is it wise for you to gloat about that kind of thing in public? I mean, there are frauditors out there who do look out for each other, and they will not stop until they take your channel out as the response to you taking out freaking media. I mean, just look at the unhinged nature of Audit Them. I mean, he's not exactly the majority of the frauditors out there. He's more of a fringe. I mean, hell, Long Island Audit didn't want anything to do with him because of his unhinged nature. But perhaps if you were the one to do that, maybe you should have kept that close to the vest and not revealed anything about that or your responsibility for that or anything like that. I mean, loose lips sink ships. That's basically saying you should not give away all your secrets to your enemies, at least not the useful ones. That way, they won't come after you or try to counter your tactics. I mean, the secrets on a battlefield are necessary, dude. You reveal too much, and you will end up losing the war. Which is why all these anti-auditor channels don't come out and reveal what they do behind the scenes. So that's something for you to think about right there. I mean, if they actually reveal what they were doing behind the scenes, don't you think that the frauditor channels might counter that and we would lose a lot of what we've got already? That's something to think about right there. So at any rate, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.
All right. all right. So anyway, because again, I wasn't here yesterday, and so I'm still kind of catching up with a lot of this stuff too. But when the video that he was responding to first came out, when I was here on Tuesday, or was it because today's Thursday? Yeah, on Tuesday, Ray and I did discuss it, and I did talk about my response to it. So again, Blackheart Knight asked us to share his response to it. So that's what that was.
Since then, there have been since then, Piazza Remembered put out a part 2 rebuttal and then made videos on Frauditor Troll, you, and Blackheart Knight. So he wasn't answering any of that. That was after the first video was made, and that was it. So
yes, and that was exactly what I was just getting to. Is that all that was before? There's been more videos since then, and this response was just to the original video before those other videos came out. So
They have since doubled down, tripled down, and don't understand. Oh, he released another video on Hez this morning. I didn't see that.
Past unremembered?
Yeah, as far as I knew, there was only one video on you. I didn't know there was two. I'll have to check that out.
Oh, yeah, 2 hours ago. It's called Hez. That's the name of the video.
But he already did a video on you. So why another one?
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Thomas, though, from the comments, he's been saying he agrees with them. So, but he also understands our position. So, do you want to watch it or do you want to not?
I mean, I don't know. I guess
I
since
think
it's
we should
about,
watch it.
yeah. All right.
There's 5 of them, Carrie. There's supposedly 5 anti-auditor channels make up that one channel. So let's watch this. Let's see what he has to say about Hez.
Past unremembered.
Real quick. I do want to acknowledge Mrs. Schrodinger's cat is in the house. Thank you so much for your condolences. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hold on. I
but
need
yeah.
to say hi too. And I also, hi, Mrs. Schrodinger's cat. Thanks for coming in. And Mr. Thomas, that's fine. I don't care that you agree with both sides. You can see both sides, and there is an argument for both sides. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's the way they're going about doing it. That's my argument. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, because we don't know what they say in this. And again, I wasn't even on yesterday at all. And I didn't post anything since they made that last video. So I don't know what they're responding to here unless it was.
Yeah, why are they making another video about Hez? And we told them in the comments that it would be a while before Hez even might respond because he's going through something personal. And
even today,
yeah.
like, because they just posted this today, I'm like, well, what could they possibly be basing it on? The video I did today, well, the one was from a television broadcast, so that wasn't using anyone's images without their permission. The second video I showed was a courtroom video, right? And then the third one, the guy barely showed any faces at all except for the cop and stuff. And I don't know. I don't know. Well, we'll see.
No, stop. You don't need to explain yourself to anybody. Stop it.
Well, again, I don't even know what they're going to say here. So let's see. This
Right.
is just a video made about me.
Carl, you didn't upset anybody.
Just 2 hours ago. Let's see.
This is in response to Hez. We pay no heed to the targets that may be placed upon our backs. Instead, we boldly position targets on your very fronts. Our actions are carried out in the open, visible to all. It is not a boastful display, but rather a display of transparency. We do not conceal ourselves behind elusive emails that foster gossip. Rather, we desire for all to witness the inquiry and its subsequent response. In doing so, we accurately expose your true nature. We have not unveiled anything groundbreaking. We are merely stating the obvious. Just because one lacks the motivation to do what is right does not mean we share the same disposition. If you fail to comprehend the significance of showcasing the complete images of individuals who express their aversion, then you are imposing your will upon them against their desires. In this scenario, your desires hold no weight. We don't need a channel to do what we do. The target was placed on themselves, by themselves, those who refuse to do what is right.
What the fuck? Your
Wow.
true nature? Your true nature, because you said you didn't want to place a target on yourself by talking about what you do behind the scenes.
We've had so much discussion so many times, and I've said it over and over, and I said it. The specific thing that I said when they said to what they're responding to was that we've always said here that if they take it upon themselves to educate people about their right to film, we take it upon ourselves to educate people about their right to file a privacy strike. That's what he's talking about. So because I don't go out of my way to say every single time we've ever contacted anyone outside
no, because there's people like Audit Them out there who are actively trying to figure out who is trying to take them down.
He specifically said that he's targeting channels that put out privacy strikes.
Yes, he's trying to find out who's sending the email around. He's trying to find out who's, by filing copyright strikes, he's trying to get your real names to figure out who's sending all these emails, who's doing all this stuff. That's why he's doing it. He's actively said that. And now he's saying that he's going to go after Maggie's channel. She's not even active.
Yep.
And I would caution him to think at least twice and think again if he's going to do that, because he's going to regret that. But
that is one thing I will say when it comes to Frauditor News Network. If you're going after her because her channel has been inactive for a while, and because the reason it's been inactive for a while is because she's battling cancer right now, she has a lot of people that would take it as crossing the line if some of these frauditors started going after her. So when Audit Them said that, it was like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, okay, you want to go after a channel because of copyright or this or that. That's all part of the game. If you're doing this for any period of time, you know that by now. But when you start going after somebody when they're sick or ill, or there's like they did with
me,
yeah,
you can say it.
Well, no, I
catching a lot of shit from trolls in my email every day. You know,
because you're ill.
Because I'm sick. Yeah. Telling me I should just die already. Things of that nature. They're not nice people. But we're talking about PS to remember right now.
Right.
I don't agree with their method. I don't think another channel who says they're made up of 5 anti-frauditor channels, which means there's 5 channels out there that are participating in this, they shouldn't tell other channels how to run their channels. They just shouldn't do it. It's not their place. Okay? It's not. We have enough right now going on. And I'm not placing a target on your back by coming out here and talking about what I do for you or anyone else behind the scenes, which is a lot. And it's not their business what I do behind the scenes.
And again, it's when you've seen like we have some, and this is the whole thing with this whole channel's mission statement, including staying completely out of the drama. You know, just we try to avoid all that. And yeah, up until this point, the majority of that has come from the whole, if you know what it is, it's been all over the community for months now.
But it's like they're trying to draw you in, Hez, and that's what it is. They're trying to elicit a response from you, even though we told them right now, you're not gonna, because you're going through some stuff, and they don't care. This is them. They don't care. This is their arrogance. This is their arrogance. This is them sitting on some high horse that they're on because they're pissed. If you look at their community posts, it's all them being angry about, we don't need, look at how they keep talking about they don't need a channel. They don't need subs. They don't need views. Why would somebody keep mentioning that if they weren't upset because they don't have subs and views? What are they, another bunch of people that are blaming the community for not supporting them enough? Maybe it's your content. Maybe it's the fact that you come off as arrogant assholes in your content.
It is, and I see, like, in what we just watched, they said, like, well, we do it because with the emails, then you could start rumors and this, and that's part of the issue, though, with me specifically, and even with us, like Ray and I, is we've been through the email battles. We know exactly what you're talking about. People send screenshots and this, and I had Forgiven Jerry send a copy of an email that I sent him, a personal email, to Stone Vet, and then Stone Vet made a video about how, Hezokuai sending these crazy emails.
You know about emails and screenshots and everything else. You know, it's
right.
Yeah.
So we know how that
My
works. Believe
suggestion
me.
was that they do it behind the scenes. Maybe ask for a StreamYard behind the scenes meeting with creators. Meeting, not it's email. No, meeting. This could have been done that way. And, you know, most of the creators might have been in agreement. Like, hey, yeah, it's in the approach. I'm not saying I disagree with blurring people. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's the approach.
Right.
They're bullies. They're arrogant bullies, and they're not going to get a good response out of any people. I don't think so. I don't think so. Frauditor Troll is going to treat them like the little gnats that they are, because he doesn't have to worry about it at all. He doesn't care what they think. Most people don't give a flying F what they think, and they're trying to get a response out of you. And my advice would be ignore them. Do what you do, Hez. Everybody should just go on and do what they've been doing. It's worked for you so far. It's worked for Blackheart Night. It's worked for Unclean Hands. It's worked for every channel so far doing what they do. If your subs want to come to you and say, hey, I think maybe you should be blurring things, can we talk about it? Then the subs can. But you know what? For now, it's been working. And I think you should ignore it, not worry about it. Stop thinking so hard about it. Because who are they to you? I'm going to ask you that right now. Who are they to you?
Well, I mean,
who are they to you, Hez?
But I don't know who they are. That's the thing. They're
Do they pay your bills?
No.
Do they feed you?
No.
Do they clothe you?
No.
Do they raise your children?
No.
Are they in your bed?
No.
Then why are you worried about it?
$20 from Highway Star. Logic dictates if they're going after other channels for not blurring out faces, then they must remove all of their previous videos or be prepared to face accusations of hypocrisy. And yeah, I don't exactly.
Yeah, I want to ask them this question. I want them to respond directly to this question because they really don't respond to questions that are asked of them. Have you taken down every video that was removed on a Frauditor channel for a privacy strike? Because I don't think you have. I do research. I check before I ask questions. So I want you to answer that question. I don't want you going around and like hurrying up and removing videos because that's disingenuous. I want to know if you have removed every video off your channel that was privacy struck on another channel. Answer that question. Because there's a lot of things that you are doing that you're asking of other channels that you're being a hypocrite on. Because I went through a lot of your videos. You have not blurred every victim. You haven't. And some of them are recent. So talk to us about this shit. So yeah, don't talk to me. I research. I look. And you said to Blackheart Night in your little thumbnail there, oh, he hides his face. I caught that. You said right next to him, he hides his face. Where are your faces? You said that we would never find out who you guys are. Never. What's wrong with Blackheart Knight hiding his face? If you guys won't show yours, show your faces then. If you think it's a problem for Blackheart Knight to hide his, show yours. And I've seen Blackheart Knight's face. He's gone on streams with his face. Show
I owe
yours.
Highway Star a happy dance.
Show your faces then. Otherwise, what you wrote next to Blackheart Knight's image, you're being a hypocrite. And you like that word, don't you? You like the word hypocrisy. But you don't like it when it's pointed back at you. Damn cowards. Go ahead.
All right. So, Highway Star, here's your happy dance. All right. Thank you. Yes. And it's interesting because, and I've said this before, we've said this on the air, and that was a perfect example of it. Like, oh, wait a minute. Facts, you come for Blackheart Knight, you come for us. I agree, Ray.
Yeah, damn
I mean,
right.
Bill Meadow. All right. Yeah, it's weird. It's like, it does seem like the idea, and I've said this from the beginning, just in general, the idea of, hey, if they're filming these people who don't want to be filmed, and specifically say, please don't paste my image on YouTube, and then we do it, if we blurred their image out, it would be like, yeah, you know, I get the idea. I get that. I understand that. But like you say, their approach is very aggressive. And it's like, whoa, wait a minute, you know? Like, I get it. You're trying to make a point. That's all fine and good, but I don't know. But what I was going to say is this goes back to what we were talking about weeks ago, which is like when and I'm not, you know, whatever, but like just the idea in general, when the trolls, you know, would like come after me, I'd be like, all right, whatever. But when they came after Ray, I got pissed. Now they're coming after me, and she's like, oh, you don't mess with him. You know, it's like, yeah, you just get so mad when they're attacking people you care about. And
yeah, you do. But my advice to you would be this: they're trying to get a response out of you, and they're going to keep trying. And I would just say, no, don't deal with yourself. Everybody, all the creators here that they mentioned should just keep doing what you're doing. You guys do a wonderful job. And it's listen to your subs. I would listen to your subs more than I would pay attention to them. Your subs are loyal to you. Your subs are the ones that pay your bills. You know what I mean? So listen to them. If they come to you with a discussion on it, then have the discussion with them.
right.
They are the ones that matter. The subs are the ones that matter.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah. And like, you know, and get back into all that. But like the way I started the show this morning, talking about like why I took the day off yesterday and all the emotional and stuff in my personal life that I've been going through the last couple of days. I haven't even really I've been aware of this stuff because obviously my name's being brought up in it, but I'm not even like, I'm barely even on YouTube these last couple of days. Like I didn't, and like this is all kind of new to me. I'm still trying to process everything. Like, well, wait a minute, what is this? What's happening? Oh, it's a lot.
Takedown. I don't know if I said hi yet, but hi, Takedown. It's good to see you. Hi, Tequila Roll Kid. Good to see you.
Yes.
Hi, anybody else who came in. I'm sorry, I was ranting. I get upset because I don't like when they pick on people I care about.
Yes.
And Blackheart Knight and of course Hez are two people I care about, and it's not right. You know, the way they're approaching it is what's doing it for me. Just the arrogance. I don't like arrogance.
Yeah.
I don't like it. So listen to the subs. If the subs are coming to you, like Mr. Thomas, he sees both sides.
Yeah.
Our argument that they're approaching it wrong and the argument for blurring the victims, you know.
Right.
And my thing is, what I would like to see happen is if I get like I come to you and say, hey, this worked. I got a video taken down, and you did a video on it. You also take the video down.
Right.
It's only right. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
that's a discussion I could have with you or anybody else. Like who has done the video, I think should take it down. That's my opinion, though. I'm not going to tell you.
Right.
You have to. I'm not going to go to Black Heart Night and say, hey, I noticed you did a video on this Georgia transparency video. It got taken down. Can you take it down? You must take it down. You have to take it down. I'm not going to say that. That's the wrong approach. It's all in the approach. You have to approach people in a way that it's like, here's the problem, and I'm going to offer a solution. And I would like it if we could have a discussion, not a demand, a discussion.
Right. And the way I was thinking about it was like, if I'm covering something and an individual in the video specifically says, I don't want to be on your video, I don't want to be filmed, then maybe person.
But there's people that deliberately walk up to their camera and start talking to them and not once say, I don't want to be filmed.
Right.
They ask what's going on. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? But then they walk away. They don't say, I don't want to be filmed. I don't want to be on your camera. I mean, like Black Heart Night said, you'd be at it forever. Blur, 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 blur. They just stick up a tree and hope it covers everyone. And it doesn't.
Right.
I mean, they were at a post office, and the post office employees behind a counter didn't want to be filmed, right?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't blur the post office employees in their video. They didn't stick up individual little trees in front of their faces. No, they didn't do that at all. Because why? They were in the distance, but you could still see them. Why didn't you blur them? Why didn't you blur them?
Yeah, and again, like you said, well, like I said, to me, it isn't so much the argument itself. I get what they're saying.
Yeah.
It's the aggressive approach that they're bringing it to the table. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. I understand. Hey, guys, like seriously, like you should consider this and think about like how you should do this, not demand that you must. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. You're telling me isn't this how all of this craziness started, when people were starting to tell me how I needed to make my content? And if I wasn't making it the way they wanted about certain individuals in certain situations, that they were going to attack my channel. And then sure enough, they did. And we got through that, and we came out on the other side, and they're still feeling the after effects of that.
We're still feeling the effects of it too. I mean, you got to admit, we are. I'm still feeling the effects of it, surely, every day. Every blessed day.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Hey, and I also got threatened by some idiot that I'm his new chew toy. So you know what?
Oh
hey,
yeah.
Cool. I'm a chew toy.
That kid, he was the one who started this whole thing with this channel in the first place.
Yeah, that's cool. I don't know what I did to him. I don't even know him. I've never even spoke to the man.
Yeah. He's a punk.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, we come to this show to avoid drama.
Yeah, we do. We try to make it where you guys have a safe space to come with no drama.
Right. Well, you don't have to listen to all this crap. So I apologize. Yes, I'm sorry. I didn't know. But it's you see these things and it's like, wait, that's me. What are they saying? What?
Because I'm sorry, I had no idea they did that. I didn't know. I thought it was just the one video.
They just posted it like while we were on the air this morning.
I know.
So
I'm very sorry. And I'm sorry to you guys as well for my rant. And I got upset and I should have hold my temper better. But when it comes to people I care about, I can't. I cannot do it. It just comes out.
Well, that's one of the things that I love about you so much, though, because like seriously, there's one thing I know I could count on. It's that you'll always have my back, And even seriously, guys, like this is an important thing too. Even on this discussion when we had it the other day, her and I weren't completely necessarily on the same page, but we both, I've said this before, she knows where I'm coming from. I know where she's coming from, and we both know it's a good place. And, you know, in life, you know, when you deal with other humans, there's going to be disagreements. But it's being able to speak with each other, to have those moments where you can talk and, okay, let me look at your point of view. You look at mine. You know, sometimes you bump heads, but as long as you come together in the end, and you know it's all from a place of love and caring and, you know, empathy and trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Hi,
what it's about.
How you doing, Vilified? And Diver, Dan, maybe Vet, how are you doing? And Mr. Thomas, I want to make one thing clear, okay? Nobody here is upset with you, okay? I'm not upset with you. There is never a reason why you can't have your own opinion, okay? I'm not upset with you for it. There's no reason why. I could see why you would see both sides. You know, it's easy for me to see that, why you would see that. And nobody here is upset with you. I don't think you owe anybody an apology for bringing up that they made another video. In fact, I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Right. I'm responsible for how I handle my anger. You're not. It's not on you how I handle it. Okay. So please don't apologize. Nobody here is upset with you. I'm not upset with you. You did nothing wrong. You're entitled to your opinion.
Again, this place is all about love. It's all about having fun. It's all about starting your day with a smile. That's ultimately what this show is about. You know, so yeah, you're welcome, of course, absolutely, all the time. And yeah, you brought it up, but I mean, it was, the name of the video was Hez, so it's not like it wasn't going to come up. You know,
right? I mean, it's just, it happened, and I'm not mad at you. No, man, I dig you. You're a good guy. I mean, you're honest about your opinions, and that's rare. I mean, there's a lot of people that will just go with the flow. You know what I mean? Whatever some side is saying, that's what they'll say. Whatever the other side is saying, that's what they'll say.
Yep.
You know, and so
I gotta say this. So I just got a message. I just got a PayPal donation from Flower Power. Flower Power, thank you so very much. Here's your happy dance. All right. Keep up the good work, Hez and Ray. Here we go. All right.
Thank you. But I do want to apologize. I don't want you guys to come here thinking you're always going to have drama, because that is not the case. There won't be drama. There won't be an NCR News Network. Oh my God. Ooh. I got to count to 10.
So just remember, ladies and gentlemen, it's all good. We love you guys.
Yes.
We're here to have a good time and have fun. And yes, stuff happens. It's all part of the game. Like I said earlier, you know, once you're doing this as long as I have, you know that it happens, you know. It's just when it gets personal and across the line, that's a different thing. But right now it's still, you know, that's why I said for the moment, I'm just kind of staying in my lane and trying to deal with my personal life issues right now. And, you know, because they're not crossing that line, not making it personal. It's just, it's an aggressive, it's rubbing the wrong way because it's hard. It's abrasive, you know?
Oh, Vilified Freedom. The channel Past Unremembered they did 2 videos on Hez now, and it's just because they're trying to draw him out, and I'm telling Hez not to, because he needs to deal with his personal life and get over his losing Angel, and it's just not worth it. I told him to keep doing what he's doing because he does great at it. Y'all do great at it, and I think y'all should just keep doing what you're doing, you know?
Right. Yeah, and it wasn't, and this is the other thing too, that's weird about it, because it's not like, for those of you who don't know anything about what's going on, it's not like a flat out attack. It's not like they're going after me or any of us, but they've decided that they think that when we post videos that have Frauditor victims in it, that we should blur the images of the victims.
I think he knows what's going on.
Okay, well, I don't.
No, just he came in and didn't know what we were discussing.
Oh, all right, right. Yeah, they want everyone to blur everyone's faces, which I am not opposed to that idea. I don't think it's a horrible idea. The issue is the way that they're coming at everyone about it. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, you're welcome to join my live when I'm on. Oh, Excellent. Thank you for letting me know. We'll see. I got a lot of stuff going on today, but maybe we'll see when you're on and what's going on. If not, at the very least, well, we'll see what happens. Past unremembered, if you're watching, I challenge you to remove all previous videos where you didn't blur the faces of the victims. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, I'm not trying to, this kind of is what I was starting to say earlier, like when they talked about like with the emails going back and forth and stuff, is that I purposely go out of my way not to engage in that stuff. If somebody sends me an email, I would say I would rather they approach me that way, because I don't engage in that screenshotting and posting everywhere and say, oh, this guy sent me an email and starting all these rumors and all this nonsense, right? Because we've been victims of that on this channel. So we know what that's about. And again, you saying, well, we didn't do it through email because we don't want all that to happen. Okay, again, I understand you don't want all that to happen, but we especially don't do that. That's one thing I could guarantee you. Ray and I are both on the same page on, because she's been a major victim of that email crap too.
Yeah, I just don't do that. I don't spread rumors, talk about bad people, or I
Right.
leave things between me and the person I'm discussing things with.
Yep.
Yeah. So even when questioned what happened, that's between me and them. I don't go around like bashing people to others. I just won't do it. It's not my style. So, do you, Erica?
Anyway.
But anyway, yeah, I hope y'all have a wonderful day. And I'm very sorry for the drama today. It will not be repeated.
Well, again, it's not your fault. It's not our fault. It came up while we were on the air. It happened. So we had,
I know. I'm the one who went ranting about it. So I'm very sorry.
No, that's all right. I appreciate that you were sticking up for me. Thank you. Anyway, guys, yes. Any last goodbyes or anything before we go?
No, just that. I love you guys. I hope you have a great Thursday. It is almost Friday. Woohoo! Except I'm sorry for anybody who has to work the weekend. I don't mean to shove that in your face or anything. I'm sorry. I am gonna go put my foot up and answer some emails through my phone. My foot, like the State Puft Marshmallow Man. It's really bad. Oh, and Donna, I wanted to thank you for that advice. You are correct. I went and looked, and I can print my card. Yay! And I have a primary on there, so I'm going to call today. Thank you, Donna. She's been giving me such great advice about this medical stuff, and I've navigated so much because of her.
Excellent. That's beautiful. That's great to hear.
I would. Oh my God, I would buy her all the presents in the world if I could, because she's been so great to me about this. So thank you, Donna. I have it printed. I'm going to call and make an appointment. So thank you. Yay.
That's great. I'm
love
glad to
all
hear
of you.
that.
Exactly. Kings do love to all of you. And I will talk to you guys if you emailed me. I'll see you tomorrow if not.
All righty. Take it easy, Ray. I'll talk to you later. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, you are the best fans in the world. I love you guys. Thank you. And until next time. Oh, yeah. I'm all shook up.